Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Strange and Grim. We've got a eclectic group of adventurers here today with us to explore the new world of Baynor in this RPG setting, this Dieselpunk RPG setting called Strange and Grim, created by myself and Luke Gygax and produced by Gaxx. So this is going to be, right now we're planning for 6 sessions, and we'll see how far that takes us, and if we're trucking along and everything's still fun at the end of 6 sessions, we'll see if we can keep it going after that. For right now, I will pass it over to our cast, our characters, our players, and let them introduce themselves. Milynn?
Oh no! Before this started, I was like, I never know what to say about myself. But hi, I'm Milynn. I am an actress, model, and streamer. I've been playing TTRPGs for about 7 years now, and I'm excited to be here. And I'm playing Dr. Priscilla Precious.
Dr. Priscilla Precious, that's right. Kyle.
Hi, I'm Kyle Vogt. I too am an actor, streamer, and I've been gaming for longer than I care to admit. You can see me on some fairly culty movies, I'm sure, but today I'm playing Dr. Erasmus Steele, also known as Doc Steele.
Doc Steele. All right, how about Erik? I'm going around the circle on my screen.
You're muted.
We always have to have one time where there's a you're muted moment. Hi guys, I'm Erik Wahlberg. I'm playing a is it pronounced Jotun?
Jotun, yeah.
I'm a Jotun military man, a leader, and I personally am a video game designer, and I'm a regular on Junk on TV on Dress to Quest on Monday nights. And I also have a comedy TikTok channel called Dad Jokes and Dragons with my daughter. Definitely please check that out. And that's my intro.
All right. And last but certainly not least, Char.
Hi, I'm Charlotte Irrgang. I have been gaming a long time, and I am currently working as a freelance graphic designer for role-playing games, one of which was or is Everyday Heroes and the cinematic adventures and so on that are coming out now. I'm playing Erin Warsach. She is a creepy little fortune teller, and she's cursed.
Yep. Yes, and that name is gonna mess me up for weeks.
Yep.
Because
we got Erin and
Wahlberg and Erin Warsog. I had your video. I didn't mention it, but when I was setting up the videos, I actually had them swapped over because I read the name wrong. That's fine. All right. Okay, so there's on your screen now you can see some of the characters. So we've got in top left is Aaron, the cursed Halpkin. We have the Jotun who goes by the Colonel. We have Erasmus Steele in the bottom left who goes by Doc, right? Doc Steele. Yep. And then we have Mylynn's character who is Dr. Priscilla Precious. Right? Yeah. Not Precious, Priscilla. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so just a little bit of background on Strange and Grim, or the setting, really. Dieselpunk, as you saw if you watched the intro, is essentially the interwar period. It's commonly termed the interwar period between World War I and World War II, where just imagine if technology sort of stopped in that era. So a lot of steel, a lot of chrome, a lot of Art Deco type decorations. Jazz music was really big at the time. That sort of time period just kind of kept going. There's a lot of games I think out there. Wolfenstein is a kind of a Dieselpunk type game. The movie that I always really liked, Sucker Punch, has that really cool, what I would call Dieselpunk section in there when they're in the mech and they're going to fight the Nazis in the trenches. I'm sure there's others that are just not coming to mind at the moment. but that's kind of the environment, the element that we're in. The
Sky
characters
Captain of the World
themselves.
Tomorrow is a good one.
Oh yeah, of course. Sky Captain of the World Tomorrow. Yep, perfect. And Rocketeer, I suppose, is sort of Dieselpunky as well. Sky Captain's perfect. What's the oh my gosh, what's the Nazi one?
Oh, Iron Skies?
Iron Skies. Yeah, there you go. That's another. As campy and silly as that movie is, that's sort of a Dieselpunk type movie as well. Yeah, so that's where we are. We're in the city of Renmark. Renmark is the capital of what's called the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth is essentially the largest government that came out of the last war, and so they're essentially trying to maintain the peace. They're trying to calm everybody down after the war. The war's been over for about a dozen years or so. So people are starting to get back to normal life. Trade and economy is starting to pick back up. The government also kind of wrestles with these mega powerful syndicates that have come into their own after the war. They got brutally rich, incredibly rich after or during the war because of the war, and have equal, if not more, power than the government in a lot of places. So between the syndicates and the government, there's a tug of war, but kind of between the people and across the Commonwealth. Unlike what I would call a standard Dieselpunk setting, Strange and Grim itself is has advanced to this age through magic. So instead of technology advancing, airships and airplanes and cars and telephones and whatever else, that's all been kind of produced through magic. So for example, Dr. Precious is what's called a cipher. A cipher is essentially a magical engineer. So everything that an engineer would do, she in the physical world, she would do with physics and standard engineer practices. She accomplishes through magic, for example. So that's sort of the really big 30,000 foot, as we say in the Air Force, 30,000 foot overview of the setting that we're in. Goober, thanks for the subscription. Appreciate it. Is that the Goober? Is that Everyday Heroes developer Goober? Probably.
I'm gonna guess.
Yeah, probably. And so somebody already hit on it a little bit earlier. Char hit on it a minute ago, but the game itself is based on Everyday Heroes RPG, which is a what do you call it? Modern, I guess, like modern D&D in a modern setting.
Modern 5e.
Yeah. Jeff Grubb came up with D20 Modern, but way back in the day, and this is sort of an homage to that in a 5e setting. So most of you who have played Dungeons and Dragons before will find this familiar. There are some quirky differences, but nothing that anybody who has played D&D before would not be able to get over and quickly understand. So with that, did you guys talk about your characters? I can't remember if you didn't give any kind of specifics about your characters. If anybody want to go first, or are we just gonna role play it out and see how it works?
Well, you already said Mylynn's the engineer type. She gets to build the robots.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the robots
tell us
yet.
about your robots, Milynn?
I do. I build little animal bots to do my fighting. So I have. Should I say what they are yet,
No,
or like
no
should
Stabby Crabby though. We know that.
No
much.
Stabby Crabby yet. Yes. But should we discuss the kind of like the concept that
you can if
what
you
I
like.
talked about?
Yeah, it's up to you.
So this concept for a magical engineer that I didn't realize when I'm saying it, but had little like robots that I summoned to do my fighting. And so we've kind of come up with a laser roach, an atomic rabbit, a magnetic mouse, and a skitterbot squirrel. And those will act differently in different types of scenarios. I don't want to tell too much. I want people to discover the magic.
That's fine. Yeah. You got to keep something secret. Got to keep some secrets.
Yeah, surprises.
And Kyle, you're a
sort of a chemist pharmacist, the Dieselpunk version of an alchemist. So I get to do all kinds of weird things with concoctions and explosions.
Right. Yeah. Good. Okay. And then Eric's playing the Colonel, who is literally a colonel from the last war. Tell us a little bit
Yep.
about him.
Yep. So he tends to command kind of the equivalent of like a Green Beret, small teams kind of outfits. And then, of course, doubles as an agent, which is what he's doing here. He is tough as nails, works on kind of social level as well, and lets guns and knives speak for him in combat.
Gotcha. And then Char, you kind of mentioned a little bit about yours, but you're a Halbkin, which is this setting's equivalent of halflings, a halfling. So you're a soothsayer slash, what was you had a German word for it the other day. What's doesn't your
Varsakerin.
Yeah.
I probably slaughtered that pronunciation. Yes. So I'm a fortune teller who can actually speak to ghosts or spirits.
Right. Yeah. Spooky. Okay. With that, I guess we'll jump right in. You are, as I mentioned earlier, the group, or you consider yourself a freelancer in the city of Renmark. So that means a lot of what you do is work for hire, just as the name implies. So you might take a job from one of the syndicates. You might take a government job. You're, it's really just who's paying you the most money to do the work. A lot of that work is found in a bar in a speakeasy on the lower level of one of the lower levels of Renmark called Rita's Red Lounge. I'm sorry, Red Rita's Lounge. And that is where you find yourself today. The lounge itself is very swank, and it does not at all fit, if you will, in the kind of the dingy lower districts of Renmark. So it really kind of stands out. And a lot of people, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of people use the lounge as sort of a base of operations. So they go down there because they know that the police aren't necessarily going to be too involved in the area. They're not going to go down and mess with the patrons too much. Of course, things can get out of hand, obviously, but typically people can conduct their business there as at their leisure, and that's where you find yourselves today. So you are in this in the lounge, in the speakeasy. It's fairly crowded. There's quite a few people in. I'd say it's mid to late afternoon, coming up on dinner time, and yeah, I guess from that perspective, just kind of describe what you would be doing in here if you're looking for specific work, that sort of thing.
We're familiar with each other?
Yes, you guys are familiar. You've worked with each other before. In fact, you're all sitting, or you are all meeting here, kind of for dinner or for whatever. This is sort of a hangout for you. So you have interacted before.
I would be listening to see what's the current gossip going on in the lower areas, just to find out if there's any jobs.
Okay. All right. And anybody else want to do anything? There, like I say, it's fairly crowded. No sign of Rita herself, but there are plenty of wait staff, and the bar is humming.
I'm gonna set up a little fortune telling table. And
okay, perfect. Yeah, that's great. Anybody else?
I'll go ahead and slam some whiskey shots and enjoy my cigar and see if my buddy Raz finds a connection. So I'll be kind of keeping an eye on him. And if I run out of drinks, then I'll get up and I'll start looking for contacts or info as well.
Okay.
I will send a magnetic mouse to go spy on the darkest, shadiest, most suspicious looking corner of the room.
Okay.
Nice.
That's her, right?
Let's go set to Aaron.
Yeah. That's...
I'll send my magnetic mouse there then. I'm nosy.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So everybody's kind of milling about, and Erin is setting up her fortune telling table, and the colonel's at the bar kicking back shots. Kyle, when or Doc Steele rather, when you are listening around for rumors, actually the waitress Clara, who you've known for as long as you've been coming here, she's worked here a long time. She comes up to you and asks if she can talk to you in private real quick.
Sure, we could do that.
Okay. Yeah, so there's the bar, and then there's the kitchen behind the bar. The kitchen behind the bar, and there's like a little cleaning area or something like that. So she ushers you back over there, and she mentions she's trying. You can tell that she's clearly trying to hold back tears. She's trying not to cry, but she's definitely upset about something. And she says, I wouldn't normally ask, but I don't know where else to go, and you've always been so nice to me, and you're a good tipper and all that good stuff. So I don't know where else to turn. But I have a problem that I'm hoping you can help me with.
Spit it out. What is it?
Well, she says my idiot brother he's gone missing. I haven't seen him in like 3 days. It's not like him to just disappear. He hasn't been back to the house, and for some reason, I know that he's in trouble, and I need somebody to find him. But I don't have any. I know that you guys work for money. I don't have any money. I can give you my tips for this evening or something, but like I said, I just don't know where else to turn, and I'm desperate.
I'm sure we could come up with something. Let's go talk to the others. You probably need to talk to Dr. Precious anyway. You seem like you're a little bit distraught.
Oh, sure. Okay. Yeah. All right. So you guys go back out, and I guess probably want to sit near the fortune-telling table since Aaron's already set up.
I would think that she sets up nearby so we can make sure she doesn't get stuff stolen.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So go ahead,
Colonel. Dr. Precious, we've got a situation here. Clara, would you care to speak your case again?
Yeah, can you clarify? Clara?
Hey. Yes, she says that. She says, well, and she's actually a lot more hushed out here than she was back in the back, because she's kind of looking over her shoulder and clearly nervous, obviously upset, as I mentioned earlier. But she says that her brother has gone missing, and that she doesn't have anywhere else to turn. She needs some help, and she's desperate, asking freelancers to help her out, but desperate in the sense that she doesn't have money to pay, but she has nowhere else to turn. And her brother's been missing for 3 days, and she just has to find him.
I don't know your brother very well. Is he a ne'er-do-well, or is he fairly responsible?
Well, he works down on the docks, and he's always been fairly clean cut, until he got mixed up with that stupid Highlife, and then everything's been kind of going downhill ever since.
Oh, he's been showing an addiction to that?
I don't know if it's an addiction or not, but he's been spending all of our hard-earned money on it, and he's been staying out late, and I just know that for some reason I just in the back of my mind I know that's behind all this.
Yeah, that sounds like an addiction. Would you agree, Dr. Precious?
I look up from fixing a bot. I'm just,
So
I offer a laser cockroach to talk to as like a comforting.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. Is it moving?
Oh yes, it's fully
working
fully
robot.
functional.
So last you knew he was down at the docks, you say?
Yeah. So just for your awareness, the first level of the city that you're in right now, kind of the warehouse and original part of the city, there's a river that runs through the caldera, and so there's docks down there at the big river.
Colonel, you still have contacts down at the docks?
Might. DM.
Yeah, I'm sure you've still got. Yeah, I'm sure you've still
Okay.
got some of your old friends and colleagues from the war down there.
Seems like the sensible place to go. I could probably find somebody.
Okay.
Just so that we know who we're looking for, Clara, what is your brother's name?
His name's Marty.
Marty. And is he a longshoreman? What does he do down at the docks?
Yes, he's a longshoreman.
All right.
He's the guy that takes boxes off the ships and put them on the
In the warehouse.
in the warehouse. Yep.
I understand. And the last time you saw him was 3 days ago.
Yeah, he's been gone for 3 days. He hasn't been to the house since.
And he was supposed to be at work 3 days ago, or this was on one of his days off?
He did have a day. I mean, he would have had a day off in there, yeah, for sure. But he's supposed to be going to work.
Sure we'll be able to find something about where he's up to. But let's see.
Sit
Aaron,
down. Let me take your hand. I'll read your fortune.
Oh, sure. I never had my fortune read before. She gives you her hand. Only if it's good news. Tell me only if it's good news.
And no news.
the mists are thick today, it seems.
Yes, we're supposed to say that.
All signs point to no.
Yeah. Try again later.
Okay.
We'll worry about any compensations needed later. We'll go take a look first, see if we can just find him for you.
Okay. She does kind of reach down in her apron and pulls out a fistful of notes and says, "This is all I have right now. It's my tips for today, but I mean, if it helps."
You keep that for now. We'll worry about the compensation later.
Oh, are you sure? That's awfully
Yes.
nice of you. That's swell.
We know where you are. It's not going to be hard to find you.
I guess that's true. Yeah. Okay. All right. Wonderful. I appreciate your help. Thank you very much. I got to get back to work.
What do we know about Highlife so far? Is it throughout the city, or is it focused more in like just the underground areas? In other words, is it pierced into high society yet?
No, it has not, and you don't know a whole lot other than the name. You really don't know a whole lot about it. You do know that it's a new street drug, and then it is reported to have some sort of magical properties, but Highlife itself is not super common yet on the streets.
Wouldn't mind getting a sample to analyze.
Your brother will have some.
Perhaps he will, but knowing the way these usually go, he's probably taken all that he's had. Well, do we have anything?
He would know where we can get more.
Probably, I would agree. There's nothing that we could really do here unless anyone else has something they want to do. Any more information you need to gather? And I say, do we agree we should go down to the docks and see if we can find where he was working?
Yeah.
Everybody, real quick, give me a perception check before you leave.
I would like to see if I can see any actual like spirits on the other side of the veil right now.
Mine was a 17.
17, all right.
Mine come up? There it is, yeah.
It did. Oh, wait, that's Aaron. Dang it. Yes, yours came up as well, 9. Okay. However, on a 17, Doc Steele, you're talking to the group. You're like kind of organizing things, planning out your next step, and you look over, and then you go back to talking for a second. You look over again, and you notice that you're getting distracted by the fact that there's another freelancer over there talking to Clara, and she's clearly looking like uncomfortable about it. She's no, it's fine. I got it. No, and then he keeps kind of insisting to talk to her.
Colonel, do you see what's going on over there?
Yeah, I think maybe we should introduce ourselves.
Do they look like they're talking in a lengthy discussion, or are they trying to end it right now?
She appears to be trying to end the conversation, but he keeps the other freelancer keeps trying to, like, she take a step back towards the kitchen, and then he takes another step forward, and he keeps talking. She's trying to be. You can tell she's trying to be polite about it, but she's clearly wanting to be done with whatever conversation's happening.
I don't think we'll get anything by eavesdropping, so that's we can go interject ourselves here.
I could send a mouse.
Send a mouse.
I like the
I'll
mouse.
send,
Yeah, very good.
I'll send a magnetic mouse to go eavesdrop.
Okay.
I'll move the magnetic mouse I made from earlier.
Yeah. Okay. That that costs you 1 point of genius, just so you know for future reference, but that's perfectly fine. So you take out Priscilla takes out a magnetic mouse. Takes out a mouse-looking critter, a mechanical mouse, and it scurries over to the roughly to the area where Clara is talking. And as it gets closer, you start overhearing the guy saying, "You don't want to trust those guys. They don't know what they're doing. You need a proper team to help you with this. We're only cost you 200 notes. It's fine. We can we'll have it knocked out, and we'll find your brother in no time. You don't want those yahoos working for you. They're no good."
Now, can everybody hear, or can only I hear?
Just you. Nope, just you.
Okay. That guy's trying to take our job.
What do you mean?
In the freelancer world, what's the protocol for people sniping other people's work? Is it generally discouraged, or is it everybody for themselves?
Typically once the contract has been made, and handshake in this particular case would signify or would qualify as a contract, then yeah, it's usually frowned upon to take somebody else's job.
Well, if he's trying to take our job, then we should probably have a discussion with him.
Yeah.
We
It
should
looks like
just-
you want him around anyway.
What if? Can I just run up and like shake her hand? Would that be like if I just kind of like ran between them and like just quickly shook her hand and then was
we have the agreement. We agreed to do the work.
I know we agreed to do it. I just wasn't sure if we still need to like handshake on it to say like to make it official.
That's a good question for Mr. Mastermind.
Yeah, you certainly can.
I will just run up and like quickly like shake her hand and look her in the eye, and then quickly dart away and scoop up my mouse as I'm leaving.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and approach.
Okay, yeah. So you definitely break up the conversation. You run up there and shake her hand and say thank you. It's it's gonna be. We'll have
no words. No words
at all.
Like no words. Like a shake. Like you just kind of push through a shake of the hand, and then like I grab my mouse and leave.
Okay, got it.
I will start making my way that direction depending on what happens next.
Okay, yeah. You definitely stop the conversation, and the guy just looks at you like, "What?" And then you run off with the mouse and
I acknowledge him in no way whatsoever.
Yeah, no problem.
As you should not.
And so yeah, it kind of not stuns him is the wrong word. It leaves him speechless for a second, and then the colonel's going up there as well.
Yeah, I walk up.
Okay.
Colonel Wall. I offer my hand to him.
He says, "I know who you are. What can I do for you, Colonel?"
Maybe you know who I am, but you know who this is. This lady here, she already knows that she's working with us. Her first name's Claire, last name Voyance. She had a vision, and it's not you, bucko.
He looks at you for a second, and he says, "Well, I think she also wants quality work done, and she knows, she needs to know that me and my team are the best."
Before he says the best, he suddenly just can't breathe for a second.
Me and my team are the.
Yeah. You guys are.
How long does that last?
You meant a few words.
It's like an instant thing.
Okay.
But it's a cantrip, so I can keep doing it. Or it's
Yeah.
sprite.
Right. Right.
Well, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna walk over.
Yeah.
Colonel,
you
I see that you're a little
ahead.
busy. Perhaps we should leave this gentleman. We have a job to do, and he's obviously not going to try to poach something that's already been contracted out. That wouldn't look good for him and his team's reputation.
Yeah. So with both of you standing there, he seems to take the hint, and since he can't talk at the moment anyway, he
I like let him breathe every once in a while so that he doesn't actually die.
yeah. So he is trying to figure out what's wrong with his throat. He can't breathe very well. You two are talking to him, and he's like, and he scurries off. He stamps off.
You should drink something for that catch in your throat. Get rid of that frog.
That was good. Okay.
All right, Claire.
Yeah. So he goes and sits down. You kind of eyeball him the rest of the way, and he goes and sits down with another group.
All right, Claire. The Colonel and I will take care of this.
Okay, that's wonderful. I really appreciate it. Thanks for jumping in there. That was making me really nervous.
I'm gonna head back to the table,
Okay,
grab
great.
my stuff.
Yeah.
If anyone else tries to harass you, let us know.
Oh, sure, I will. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, I got to get back to work.
I'm assuming there's a bouncer at the door as we're heading out.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I take a nod to him as I'm heading out. I'm like, be careful. There's a guy in there that's hassling Clara.
Oh, okay, yeah. He says, "Oh, really? Yeah, all right." His name's Enzo. He comes
Thanks,
up.
Enzo.
He heads back in. He leaves the other guy at the door, and he heads in. Make sure she's okay.
And just for clarification, what was the name of the speakeasy again?
Red Rita's.
Rita's.
Red Rita's Lounge.
And we're exiting now, yes?
Mhm.
As we exit, I will turn around and offer Clara a little salute with the mouse in my hand. Just a little like one-handed. Good. We're on the job.
She like tries to do some sort of thing that resembles a salute as well, kind of uncomfortably like
I
So how
nod.
is it-
Like I take it. I confirmation. And quickly turn on my heel and follow the group out.
By the way, do we know who that other freelancer was?
make me a
Streetwise, maybe?
who has yeah, if you have Streetwise, the intelligence check or Streetwise, yeah.
14.
Yeah, you have run into him before, him and his group. His name's Peyton Wolf. And he's got a crew of 4 or 5 people that he runs around with in town.
How long is it going to take us to get down to the docks?
Not very long at all. Probably it's a 15 minute walk.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So yeah, so you guys go down. It's 10 or 15 uneventful minutes walking down through the sort of rundown manufacturing and warehouse district area until you get to the docks. The river itself is a pretty big river. It's large enough for ships and stuff to come through and bring in and take out trade goods. The docks themselves are it's a substantial area down here. So where do you want to start?
I was going to go head towards where the nearest ships are being offloaded, where there's a longshore crew that's busy.
Okay. Anybody else want to do anything different?
Where would my contact be?
Yeah, so he's probably working either, if he's not working on the docks itself, he's probably at the harbor master's building, harbor master's office.
Okay. Raz, I'll circle back.
All right.
And I'll head for which are the two I think he's most likely to be. And if not, I'll go to the second place.
Okay. Yeah, it's around dinner time, so if he's not getting ready to go home, he's probably around the harbor master's office versus actually doing any work this late in the day. I mean. Okay. Anybody else?
I'm gonna go with Doc Steele to the harbor master.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I just had planned on going with Doc Steele, and as we
Okay.
walk along, it just looks like I'm trying to like tinker, upgrade my mouse.
All right, great. Yeah, so you go down. You find a group of guys and girls that look like they're getting ready to pack up for the day. They just finished unloading a whole bunch of stuff. And how do you want to approach them?
Just gonna walk up to them and go, "Excuse me, could you help me find someone? I'm looking for a guy who works down here by the name of Marty."
Who's asking? One of the dock workers says.
You can call me Doc Steele. I'm asking for his sister. She's kind of worried. He hasn't been around for a few days.
Yeah, that slacker. Yeah. Maybe give me a persuasion check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty
Yes.
20. All right. Okay. He seems saying that you're there for working for his sister seems to resonate a little bit. So they kind of let down their guard a little bit. The group that's talking to you. One of them says something about he hasn't been to work in a couple days, and they've had to pick up his
Slack.
pick up his slack. Yeah.
I heard he was getting into some bad shape with this new drug, the Highlife drug.
Oh, yeah. One of them kind of spits on the ground when you say Highlife. But he's like, yeah. I don't know anything about that.
Do you know if he's been going someplace new, like hanging out with some new people, or somebody showing up? I heard he was spending a lot of money.
Yeah, he's not only spending a whole lot of money, he keeps trying to borrow money. He's out of it. I mean, he keeps trying to borrow money from everybody around here.
And you
He's
don't
probably
know
in debt up to his eyeballs. I don't know.
I'm afraid he's gotten himself in some trouble then. You don't know where he was going to get this. Anybody who might know?
He says, well, I don't know exactly, but I do know that it's some dive down in the warehouse district.
All right. Well, I don't want to hold you up. Looks like you're getting ready to go home and have a good supper. So you've had a long day of work, I'm sure.
Yeah, what would you know about hard work? Just, kind of judging you by your clothing and by what you're wearing.
I look at him
giving
when
you a hard time.
he says that, and I'm like,
What?
he's a doctor.
We all put in the time and effort where we can, sir.
Sure.
But
And
thank
then,
you. I'm
he
sure
says-
that Claire will appreciate your help.
Okay. Great. All right. Colonel, you're
Yeah.
going to the harbor master's office. It's a fairly clean area. It's wood paneling and everything everywhere, and well-to-do. Not looks like he runs a pretty tidy shop.
All right. What's the gentleman's name I'm looking for, or lady?
The person that your contact.
Yeah.
It'd be. Let's see. How about Nelson?
All right. Looking for Nelson.
Okay. Yeah. There's a secretary in there. He says, "Yeah, Nelson's in the locker room, like in the whatever they call it, the break room."
Thanks. I'll just
Yeah.
help myself and walk in there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a standard break room, bench tables, picnic type tables. in there. So you see your old war buddy Nelson sitting in there packing up for the day.
Hey, Nelson, how's your day?
Hey, Colonel, I haven't seen you in, geez, how long's it been?
It's been 6 months.
Gosh, 6 months, time flies. What
Yeah.
what brings you down here to circle with us lowlifes?
Yeah, well, sorry to cut to the chase, but there's people waiting. There's a friend of a friend we're trying to locate who's filling with some of the high life. I was wondering if you would know either where this person is, but probably more importantly, who might be giving out high amounts of high life to the dock workers here.
Well, who are you looking for? He's down here. He works for me. He works down here.
What's his name? What's Claire's name? Artie?
Marty.
Voyance.
I turn and I say, thanks, Raz. I say, his name's Marty.
Marty. Oh yeah, that guy. Nothing but trouble the last couple of weeks. It's I haven't seen him in a couple days. He hasn't showed up for his last couple shifts.
Yeah, that's the word on the street. I was hoping you could help me with some more, friend.
Well, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what really to tell you. He started coming into work all loopy. I told him the next time he shows up all messed up that he's not going to be employed here anymore. I'm going to fire his butt. But as to where he is, I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen him.
Well, would you know about who might be giving out this high life? Because that would be a very useful bit of information.
Well, sure. If you find him, tell him that we're gonna turn him in. If we find him, you let me know. You let me know if you find him because we want to get rid of him. I don't need this spreading to my other workers.
It's the high life talking. If we get him back, as a favor, give him a chance, huh?
For you, Colonel, I guess I could probably do that. Yeah, sure.
You're a good man. By the way, how's your brother? You know, the short one, half Nelson.
Always a wise ass, you.
Talk to you later, friend. And I walk out.
Okay. So you guys meet back, connect back up outside. Anybody else you want to question around here?
No, like I'll head over to Harbor Master and meet up with them. Well, we think we have a lead. There's a dive down in the warehouse district that supposedly Marty has been hanging out at lately.
Good. I didn't get much more info other than he's been gone and people are pissed.
I'm surprised his union steward hasn't gone after him. Do we know where the warehouse district dive bars are, or do we have to go wander the streets?
Wait,
Yeah, it'd probably be more like wandering around. Yeah.
Aaron, do you happen to know where any of those bars are down there? You tend to see a lot of people.
I have. Let me consult my crystal. And then I just try and remember where the hell it is.
Okay.
Trying to pull a streetwise.
Yeah, so it's certainly no problem knowing.
Apparently, I don't. I got a 6.
Yeah, you don't know specifically, like they're all kind of all over the place. I mean, if you can imagine basements or offices that just have been sort of transformed into fly-by-night bars, that's kind of what you're looking at. So there's tons of manufacturing and warehouse buildings all through this area, through most of the ground level of Renmark. And as the space opens up, something shady like that just kind of move in. So it's hard to tell really it's hard to tell where to even start looking necessarily.
Gotcha. Well, I guess we'll just have to start wandering around and see what we can pick up through pure luck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, unfortunately, the mist.
I can send my magnetic. How far can my magnetic mouse go? Because it can also go spy for me
Right.
visually.
Yeah, you can. It can go within line of sight, so you
Okay.
could
So it's
take
a
it.
pretty short range.
Yeah, it's fairly short.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if you could send it down the street, for example, but you wouldn't be able to go like send it to the next level of Renmark or anything like that.
Yeah. Got it. Got it.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. We already did or Aaron rolled a streetwise. Does anybody else have streetwise?
I
I'm
can give
only
it a,
roll. Yeah.
yeah, I can give it a shot untrained.
Do
Yeah,
it.
sure. Yep.
Oh.
You know exactly where it is.
I have no freaking clue.
Let's see what I get then.
That was a 3.
Which stat are we running off of on the
viewers.
streetwise?
It was
What's
a
that?
natural one, in fact.
We're running off of wisdom.
Streetwise is, whoops.
Charisma. Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm not sure either. Yeah, I think it's wisdom.
Luck.
Yeah, it's wisdom.
It's probably
Okay.
wisdom, yeah.
And then I'm going to use my feat, the Renaissance feat, of course, and switch that to intelligence.
Oh, yeah.
I got a
To deduce
19.
where they are.
I got a 19.
Hey. Okay.
Hey,
Yeah. So, Colonel and Aaron don't really know where to start, but Doc Steele, you are kind of the opinion that, well, let's see, he's a dock worker. He's not necessarily probably not going to go too far out of his way. That narrows down the search to within, so many blocks of blah, 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 and this and that. And you finally are like, well, at least I have a place to start. So you know that there's some businesses just a couple blocks over, and you figure that's probably the best area to at least get started.
Considering the kind of traffic they're getting over there and how much they want to smuggle this drug in, they're probably going to stay away from the well-lit streets. It's probably this area over here we should go look.
Since I rolled a 1, I refer to some old boxes in the alleyway and say, it's not there.
That is not the kind of cat house we're looking for, Colonel.
Okay, yeah. So you go a couple blocks over, and like I said, there's not really. I wouldn't call it necessarily a strip mall, but you kind of get the idea. There's just businesses in a row. Some of them are closed. So go ahead.
Is this sort of a rundown area where a bunch of these have been closed for a while? Okay.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of them look like they've been closed for a long time. Dust on the sill. The windows are filthy. That sort of thing. But there are a couple that are open, and you do hear music coming from down the street.
Head that way.
Okay. Before that happens, you hear from behind you. You hear, "Hey, you guys!"
Obviously, would take a look.
Yep. As you turn around, you see Peyton and his buddies, and they're coming down the street. Stop right there.
Can we help you?
Okay, so him and his 4 buddies, they come up. There's so he's human, and then there's a Jotun or 2 Jotuns and
He's
another Daon, yeah, and then 2 other humans with him, 2 other Daons with him. Yeah, I'm on the fence. I was talking about that the other day. Whether or not, so Daon means the people, and so that's what I was going with for the humans. But I mean, it might just be easier to say
humans.
they're humans. They call themselves the people. Anyway,
What people say in the chat. Leave your comments below the stream. See what you say.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's three Daon and 2 Jotun, and they're obviously upset about something.
Colonel, this looks like your kind of conversation.
Yeah, indeed. And I'll walk directly towards them.
Okay. So you separate from your group, or you?
No,
I don't.
stay close behind
I'm not trying to trap you. I'm just saying, like.
No. I mean, I'm not
you
letting him
walk
get
towards
far away from ahead of us. But yeah.
Okay.
I'll be
I
in the
just,
lead.
like walk behind the tall people, so I'm like not really visible.
I
Alright.
walk with the colonel with my hands on my hips like this.
All right. I'll go ahead.
Okay, yeah, he says, I got a bone to pick with you, buddy.
Hmm. Pick away.
That job is ours, and we're going to take it. You guys don't know what you're doing. You don't know the first thing about finding somebody in these streets. I know about you guys.
Am I standing
I-
right in front of you? Oh, go ahead. Please talk.
Oh, I shake my mouse at him in my one fist. I was like, "You saw me shake her hand. This is our job."
Yeah, a handshake. Hey, a handshake is one thing, but you're not gonna. You can't possibly know where to even start to find these people. I know where to
And
look.
why are we here?
We're clearly in the same place, so we clearly know just as much as you do.
Yeah, if you're so smart, why are you chasing us down to tell us that you're so smart?
I'm chasing you down to tell you to walk away from this job.
Peyton, something seems to be wrong here. Is someone paying you to keep this under wraps?
Roll a intuition.
Can I
Or
roll?
insight.
Good at those.
Insight. Yeah.
I like to roll as well if I can.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a natural 20, so that's a 26.
Oh.
Right. And I got a 21, so I think between the two of us.
Yeah, it's very obvious that he keeps talking as though like he knows the brother personally or something like that. Like the way that he's talking is very different than the words that are. I'm sorry, the way that he's acting is very different than the words that are coming out of his mouth. It's clear that he is trying to dissuade you from finding him and doesn't really care too much about Marty himself.
I look at Raz because maybe I sense that he sees the same lies that I do. I look back at him. I'll tell you what, I have a proposition for you. You guys leave, and I say, and you'll be missed, and I blow smoke in his face.
I start checking to make sure my Volt pistol is kind of loose.
Okay. He
I have
says.
Darth Vader on my side. I'm not worried.
Yeah, he says, and I've got a proposition for you. My fist in your face.
And you can't breathe.
All right, let's roll for initiative.
Initiative it is. Oh, not bad.
Initiative.
I got a dirty 20.
Nice.
So I don't see a token. Is my token supposed to be there or not yet?
If you pull
No.
out your screen, you'll see it load. That's what I had to do. I had to widen it.
Okay. Looking. Because I know you got to highlight your character before you hit initiative, right? I do not see myself.
I don't see it either.
See a black screen.
I got a 16. I put it.
See a black screen. Oh boy.
That's not good.
Time to hit reload.
Yeah, I did earlier.
Yeah, I see a black screen now too. It was loaded earlier though. Anyway.
We might just need vision on our tokens. Or something.
Are we mapping it? Or are we just winging it?
We're just gonna wing it, I think, because clearly
No problem. There you
roll
go.
20 is
12
not
initiative.
liking me.
12 initiative for me.
Well, the audience can see the screen, so that's something.
Good job.
Wait. Oh, that's what we can do. We can just look at the stream to see what it says.
And now I can see the.
Oh yeah, you fixed it.
Yeah, well, I didn't fix it. I just brought you back to the main page.
Yep.
There's something wrong with the darkness
The map.
settings with the fog
Fog of War.
Fog of War. Yeah. Okay.
It's because we're near the docks. It's all foggy.
That's right. It's all fog. All right. Let's see. So we've got a 16, a 12. Milynn, what do you have?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. And Aaron? Oh wait, I got Aaron's. How about Doc? Doc Steele.
16.
Got it. All right, so 2 16s. Okay, so yeah, he says, "How about my fist in your face?" And he reaches back to punch at the colonel, and everybody beat him in initiative. So we'll go with Milynn, or sorry, who had the 20? Yeah, Milynn.
Precious.
I did. I have a quick question for this.
Yeah.
Just only since it's already out. I know we talked about kind of like overloading my weapons, like the screwdriver and things like that. But I'm wondering if I can do that with my bots as well. Like as I have my magnetic mouse already in my fist, can I like throw it at him? Like could I possibly do that like as like an overload thing and just have it like
Yeah, so I
it's
gave
not
you
really a damage
yeah,
one,
yeah.
so
Yeah, no, I gave you kind of probably more specific names than I should have, as far as like I've got a robot for that ability. So your atomic rabbit doesn't have to be a rabbit. You can absolutely overload your mouse and throw it at him. It's perfectly fine.
yeah, so that's what I'd like to do. I'd be like, this is our job, and I take my mouse that's still in my fist and throw it at him.
All right, great. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Okay, so and then I'm just not seeing on this part. I assume my bots are the same level as me, so
Yeah.
is that works that way? So I rolled a 16 on the die. I'm just not seeing if there's like a plus and stuff. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Let's see. So it'd be your dexterity.
Okay.
And looks like
So
you
it's
would do +3. So it'd be your dexterity is +1, and then your proficiency bonus is +2. So
great. So
19 sounds
19
like?
to hit.
Yeah, you
Yes.
you pop him right in the face with your magnetic mouse that explodes. And
Yes.
go ahead and roll. Let's see. It'd be 3rd level, 2d6.
Great. So 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage? Okay.
Yes.
Oh. So before he even gets a punch off, you hit him in the face, and this thing explodes, and he reels back, holding his ruined nose. Okay. Let's see. We had 2 16s. Who has the higher dex modifier?
If you let me go first, I will boost you.
Sure, you can go first. I was gonna say you probably have a faster dex anyway.
Yeah, you definitely do. So I like whisper a few words, and all of you see in your minds the picture of attacking this asshole. And so you get a +2 bonus to attacking him.
Cool.
Oh, very nice. Okay. Doc Steele.
Well, seeing as we're outnumbered and Colonel's already getting to the point where he's going to throw down, pull out canister of knockout gas. So I'm spending a genius point and throwing a plan and just skittering it between their feet to get the guys behind them to see how many I can put out.
Okay.
Yeah,
you can absolutely. Yeah, your gas will absolutely affect all of them.
Okay, it's a dex. Is it a dex roll to place it?
Starting.
I mean, that's once it's there. That's the effect. But I'm assuming I have to place or does it automatically just land where I want it to?
It doesn't say, does it?
No. If it's anything like spells, it would just go wherever I toss it.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, so you toss it. Okay. You toss it right between Peyton's feet, and it goes back into the group of them, and poof, explodes.
It skitters back there, and it affects 42 hit points worth of people.
Okay. Yeah, so at first Peyton's not in it, and then he's like reeling from the exploding mouse, he steps back into the gas, and he falls like a sack of potatoes. And then the only one left standing, everybody else kind of drops. The only one left standing is one of the Jotun.
Okay. Your buddies seem to be taking a time out. You sure you don't want to reconsider what you're doing?
He definitely looks vexed. Okay, and 12?
Yep.
That'd be the colonel.
So I still haven't drawn a weapon or anything, and I just put my cigar back in my mouth. Puff again. Yeah, you should make like a tree and leave. And I would like to use persuasion, not intimidation. Persuasion, if I can. Because I have the caregiver background, I get advantage if the person that I'm trying to persuade is either in pain, afraid, or otherwise kind of at disadvantage. So I don't know if this qualifies
That's
for
a
you.
sneaky way of using that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll roll my persuasion advantage. Go. Okay. Of course, I got to scroll. I'm sorry. Go. Okay. So it'll be advantage. So I'll roll twice. Ooh. Oh, two not so great rolls. The second one is 11. So not awesome.
Oh, there they popped up. Okay. Yeah, so he's not awesome, but not an awesome roll, but he's certainly has several other factors to think about, as well as your persuasion attempt. So
Did you add +2 to that?
Oh yeah, +2, 13.
Did I get +2?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 13 then. Okay, great.
Okay, so he is like, he kind of stammers and stutters for a minute, and he's like, this isn't over. And he tries to grab his Jotun buddy and like pull him, start dragging him down the street. He's like, get up, cuffs him across the forehead. But the other, everybody else, he's leaving, trying to get his Jotun buddy up off the ground. The other three humans, or other three Daon, are on the ground.
I look at those three, and I don't think we should leave them here in the middle of the street. We might want to lean them up against the building at least.
Didn't we pass a bunch of boxes?
Oh yeah, we did.
We can stock them in the boxes. They'd be safe there.
Yes.
Safe.
I like that idea.
Let's do that.
We drag them over, put them in the dirt of boxes.
How long are they out? Minutes?
Yeah.
10 minutes, yeah. Unconscious or until sleeper takes damage.
Yeah.
Can we put them in the boxes? And can I screw said boxes shut with my screwdriver?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, let's nail it shut.
Well, we don't want to make it too hard for them to get out, because someone might come along and do something nefarious.
We don't want to make it too hard for them to come
We
out?
don't want it to be too hard for someone nefarious to get in.
I fear for their safety if we put them in too compromising a situation.
Aren't they the nefarious ones?
We've taught them the lesson I think they needed to learn. We don't need to add injury on top of this insult.
Dog.
Yeah, I have a kind heart. The noise might wake them as well. Let's just stack them, and if you want to, just put a crate on their heads or something, just to make sure that they're safe.
Fine.
I put a crate, and I pat the crate.
You're essentially boxing their ears.
Sorry. Friends, something we forgot in all the hubbub. These guys seem to know something. They're trying to stop us.
They do. I was hoping to get some information before they start the Donnybrook, but what can you do? Maybe you want to check the pockets. They might have some notes or something.
Yes. Take the crate off. Start rifling through their stuff.
Mental note. I really do need to work on a truth serum.
Work on a what?
Truth serum.
Oh, truth serum. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You rifle through their belongings. The Peyton himself has a pistol, like a regular
firearm,
kinetic pistol, not a Volt pistol or anything. And then a pair of brass knuckles they look like he was going to use. Between them, they've all got, probably a 20 or 30 notes between them. Notes
any
the dollars.
Yeah. Any instructions, like from somebody to let us know that the details of their contract, if they're trying to stop this, or if it's any evidence that way?
Right. No, nothing written down like that. You do find on the last guy that you're looking through pockets, you do find a curious, like a vial full of like this iridescent liquid. It's about maybe that tall, inch and a half tall or so.
I do a rough analysis just off the cuff if I think this is Highlife.
Sure. Give me probably
natural science
herbalism
roll?
or medicine.
Medicine.
Yeah.
My medicine is a 19.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You certainly, just by looking at it, you've never seen anything like it before. You've never seen this particular type of liquid before.
Mm.
Your best guess is this is probably Highlife. Yeah.
I would like to take the vial and open it and then put my finger in it and just lick it.
I discourage you doing that as you're doing it. That's the.
While they're
I do have test strips on me that I can do those. You don't have to lick the things.
But it tastes good. It tastes like rainbow.
That's part of the problem.
Okay, so just to be clear, you are just like taking
just a smidge.
Okay. Yeah, so you dip your finger in and you take a taste, and it is not unpleasant. It tastes very medicine-like at first, maybe like medicinal cherry flavor, that gross. Very, yeah, kind of tastes like that. But immediately your tongue starts tingling, and you can see.
Wherever.
You can see
ghost often
vision is
enough.
kind
I
of,
can only imagine.
It's not blurred. It's like doubled. And you make me a Arcana check, please.
Arcana isn't a thing.
Yeah, I think I put it in your notes, but it's intelligence.
Oh, okay. So I'll do intelligence.
Yeah, hopefully I can get the character sheets.
Ooh, natural 20.
Nice.
Oh, 22.
You are positive. You're 100% positive that what you're seeing is the void. Like the void is overlaid over your vision briefly. It's not. You know for sure if you took more of it and you were under the full effects, it would be much different. But you just kind of see this slight double vision right now, and as soon as you take it. And for those of you out there, I realize I didn't explain that before. The reason that magic is even possible in this setting is because of this demi-plane of called the Void that has been created. It's a man-made artificial demi-plane that surrounds the planet. And the original intent was to protect Baynor from outer planar invasions. So without going into too much detail, boring detail in the show, there's been several occasions where the Fae have come through and they planted their flag on Baynor and kind of claimed it for themselves. And the goblinoids from Limbo came through, and so in order to stop future incursions like that, they created this thing called the Void. The Void itself has enabled proliferated magic essentially, and so that's kind of why the big boom in technology and innovation has occurred in the first place. So that's what she's seeing right now. Is she's basically, her vision's kind of doubled, and she sees the void sort of overlaid over her vision.
I think I actually recognize this a little bit because one of my abilities lets me see into the void.
Yeah.
Kind of. But This is like more direct instead of like a mental image.
Yeah, as a sorcerer, actually, I'm sorry, as a Halpkin, you have an ability to sort of an empathic ability to sense and feel the void around you sometimes. And that's sort of where the soothsayer, fortune teller aspect of your character comes from, I think. And so
yes.
This is kind of confirmation. Yeah, now you're actually seeing it.
Interesting.
What's
Yeah,
interesting?
so for everybody else,
Her eyes go,
her
"Whoa."
eyes are like dilated, fully open, and she's like, "Oh, everything's so green." Yeah.
I can see the void. Oh, it's
Uh,
unusual.
oh, I see. I could see that causing problems.
Why would it be a problem?
Not everyone's really equipped for seeing that. So if more people were taking this, they could easily get drawn into that. I wonder who would be generating this. We'll have to find out when we get to the dive. In the meantime, do we want to wake up Peyton and ask him a few questions as to who's bringing him into this, or do we just want to leave him here?
I like the idea of asking a question. I'm going to toss Peyton's gun on top of a roof, and then
Wait, wait. Oh,
wait,
I was gonna.
yeah, I was gonna stop you.
Okay.
I was like,
No,
I'm like,
I'm
wait,
about
no,
to
no,
throw
no.
it.
Let,
And I
I'm
grab
about to
it
throw
and
it.
I'm like, I like
Let-
start with my screwdriver and
let Dr.
basically
Precious
like,
take it apart.
yes. Well, no, I'm going to overload it so that when he tries to use it the next time, it's going to backfire on him
Oh,
and explode in his hand. So I start like tinkering with my like little. I was like, no, 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 I've got this. I
Okay,
also very slyly slide the brass knuckles into my pocket, obviously for use for a robot for later. I was like,
obviously, yep. Give me a gadgetry check, please.
okay.
Okay, and then everybody else, you're gonna.
What kind of
Box
questions do
deal,
we want
gonna
to
wake 'em
ask?
Yeah,
We
well,
should restrain
okay.
him first. Do we have anything nearby that we could use to keep him from causing problems?
I say we got this, and I kneel on him with one knee.
I guess that works.
We ought to start carrying some rope around. Or
If we didn't explain the origins earlier, Colonel is a Jotun, so essentially a huge humanoid.
yeah, you're gonna need more than one person kneeling on him. Oh wait,
for purposes of
I'm the Jotun.
I was gonna yeah.
yeah.
I'm sure
so
if you
just
join
imagine
in, Aaron,
7, 8.
between the two of you, you can keep him pretty pinned.
So gadget
What was your gadget?
for my gadgetry, it's just the +4, correct? I see that under my other skills. Great.
Yeah.
So 19.
19.
Nice.
Oh, okay, yeah, no problem at all. You like flip the pen around and jury rig some of the ammunition, and yep. Okay. All right,
Careful.
so he's pinned down. We got Peyton pulled back out of the can or box rather. There's a Jotun knee in his back.
Who's best at asking questions? I think it's you, isn't it, Colonel?
Can be. Let's give it a shot. I'll pull out a canister of water and just kind of splash someone in his face to wake him up. I'll be on his chest, by the way, and on his chest, not his back, so that way I can talk to him.
You got him flipped over. Okay. Yeah, he almost instantly reacts to the water.
Wakey,
I guess he
wakey.
doesn't wipe his face since his arms are pinned. But yeah.
Yeah.
Get off me, you big oaf!
After you answer some questions.
I ain't telling you nothing.
Talk. And I would like to use my ability command, I think it is. No. What's the name of that? I have a really cool ability.
I'm gonna give you the +2. You see yourself scaring the crap out of him.
It's the ability to spill your guts.
You're talking about your
Sparked order is what
I'm
I'm using.
trick. Okay.
Yeah.
So you roll. What die is that?
So I roll an influence die, and the order can contain a number of words equal to half the roll rounded up. So I'll roll my it's a D6, right?
Yeah,
D6 for me,
you have a D6 influence die right now. Yep.
Rolled a is that a 5? 5. So it'll be 3. Right? Rounds up. Okay, cool. The 3 words are what's going on? And then he has to make a wisdom saving throw against my DC.
Is it disadvantage if you punch him in the face?
I like it.
Got a 12.
What do I have?
close
What's
enough to
your-
have to look.
What's your charisma bonus?
It's only +1. So I think I have a 12 also. 8 + 3 + 1, so it's 12 for me.
Yep, 12.
Although no, I don't get a bonus from.
You
And
do
plus
get a
two
bonus from
plus
me.
2 from Char.
I do get that bonus. It does apply. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so it's a 14 for me. Is
Okay.
my DC.
All right. It's like he's struggling clearly, and he's like, I can't breathe. What do you want to know?
So
Just get off me.
yeah, so it's almost like a command spell. So basically, he missed us. He basically has to tell me. Okay, so yeah, so why do you want us to stop chasing down Claire's friend there?
Who are you
Not
working
just
for?
because you want the job.
Who are you working for? Says, well, I don't know anything about it. Sadie just told me to come and make sure that nobody was talking down at the lounge.
Why is Sadie involved in this?
I don't have any idea. She just paid us with that Highlife stuff and said make sure nobody was talking.
Oh, she's the one providing you this sparkle?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Trying to determine how powerful that command thing is.
I mean, I would assume it's only one, and then after that, it's down to
Yeah.
persuasions and stuff.
He's completely dominated by us now for the rest of the game.
Yay!
Yes.
You've charmed
now
him.
working
He's
for
your
us.
henchman now.
Hmm.
Yeah, Sadie's. Yeah, she gave us the stuff. I
Well,
don't know
you
why
obviously-
she doesn't want anybody talking about it, but she just said to shut anybody up that's bringing up Highlife.
Where's Sadie hanging out these days?
She's.
See the dive down here that we're heading to?
Yeah, right. That's what. Yeah. So he kind of nudges with his chin, just down the street. She's at the smoggy gear.
Yeah. Well, considering how effective you and your crew were, I think it's probably best if you and your two friends don't show up there for a little bit. We'll go down there and take care of this, but you better not be in our way.
Just get off me. Fine. You win.
All right, I get off.
Doc Precious, do you want to give him his gun back?
Of course. And I put it in his hand, and then I pat the gun, and then I pat his head, and I walk away.
Okay. Yeah, you can tell he is clearly incensed by the head pat. And he looks at his gun for a second like he wants to use it, but it quickly passes, and he walks off.
Get your
he turns and
friends.
walks
Don't
back
forget
up
your
the street
friends.
muttering. What's that?
Don't forget your two friends.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they're in the box. Yeah, so he was going to walk up, and then because he didn't know where his friends were, and you indicate to him that they're in the box, and he's like, for crying out loud. And he starts smacking both of them awake, trying to wake them up.
Well, he's busy taking care of his crew. I say, all right, I think we should go.
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay.
That was fun.
Okay, yeah.
See?
So,
Colonel,
Smog-
you don't have to punch everyone out. You can actually take some time to talk to them.
But they didn't talk to us until after we punched them out.
Well, they didn't really get punched out. I knocked them out, but you don't have to kill anybody. You don't have to resort to violence all the time.
Haven't drawn my weapon yet.
Well, what was the info we got from him again? I'm sorry, trying to take notes.
That
Oh, you're
Sadie
fine. Yep.
is the one that hired him to just keep anybody looking into Highlife from bringing it up or bringing attention to it.
Yeah, right. So, yes, what he said. They were hired to go hang out at the lounge because they know that that's where a bunch of freelancers would probably be picking up jobs to.
Did he say
inquire
where Sadie
into
might
Highlife.
be or who Sadie might be?
She's at the Smoky Cog where we're heading to, the dive bar here in the warehouse area.
I was listening, but I immediately forgot everything.
It's okay. That's why I took notes.
Yeah. So, but apparently as he indicated, it was just up the street.
Let's go that way. I start walking that way.
If my yeah, I don't know what they've Roll20 has introduced.
They hide something.
Roll20 has introduced some weird
Oh yeah.
fog of war thing, and I can't.
It's all fog all the
Without
time.
investigating, I
Might-
can't figure out how to.
It might be on the tokens, like to give line of sight or
Well, I can see where it is.
Yeah.
Do we just need light sources?
like
I
I
might,
don't know if you need to like
might have to disable
adjust
fog of
each
war.
token to say that it has
I
sight.
wonder if it's in the.
Also, I can't move my token or select it, so
All fog, no war.
oh, fog.
No war. Yeah, there you go. Actually, we're about halfway through, so it's a pretty good time to take a break, and then I will figure out what the heck's going on. So why don't we take 10 minutes? Does that sound all right?
Sure.
Bio break and get refreshed drinks and all that good stuff, and I will figure out what's going on with Roll20, and we will be back in about 10.
Sounds good.
See you guys soon, guys.
back. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for sticking around if you did. If you're just tuning in, like my family is upstairs, welcome. So where were we? We were going to the Smoggy Gear Tavern.
Yep.
Which happens to be just down the road based on your incredibly successful role. Your incredibly successful non-skilled streetwise role. You're already on the right path.
Weird.
So let's see. I think I got this working now. You guys should see like a diner
Oh yeah,
thing on Roll20.
old timers diner.
Yep.
Under the L diner.
Yeah. So this is kind of the grungy feel of the whole area, the warehouse and manufacturing area on the first level of Renmark, nicknamed by the way Factory, the factory level. So you've come off the docks. There's a quick recap. You were asked by your waitress friend at Red Rita's to help find her brother, who's been missing for about 3 days. You started your investigation at the docks where he works and hasn't shown up for the last 2 or 3 shifts. And then we're just recently, right before we took a break, intercepted by a rival group of freelancers who took exception to you taking this job for some reason, only to find out that indeed they were hired to kind of keep the lid on a street drug called Highlife. And now we are off to the Smoggy Gear Tavern, where supposedly a woman named Sadie seems to know a little something about this Highlife drug. So when you show up, it is indeed like nothing at all about this place would stand out to you as you were passing it. The only exception of that being that it is one of the few places that's open, versus most of the places on this block have been closed, either closed for the day or clearly have been closed for a long time, out of business. There is some. What's that?
Can I still see into the void, or is that worn
out? No. Yeah,
Just
your vision
fleeting?
is still kind of. Yeah, your vision is still a little wonky. You took a minor dose, so you can only imagine how potent a full dose of it is.
I did put that vial someplace safe.
Yeah, in my pocket.
You did put that file someplace safe. I may even want to take that back, but yeah.
No.
Mine. Yes. So it's not impairing you, but your vision is still kind of double.
I look high, so I'll blend in.
That's right. Yeah, you'll fit right in.
Considering your height, that's the highest you've ever been.
Do we know what Sadie looks like?
Nope. You guys can roll streetwise if you'd like.
I got 19.
And I got an 18.
11.
Never mind.
Yes, actually, on a 18 and 19, you both believe that you've heard about Sadie before. Sadie Mason. She's a not a pusher, a fixer. Yeah, I couldn't think of the word. She's a fixer, kind of a
feel the earthquake,
low-level
Milynn?
fixer in the city.
Earthquake.
Sorry, we're rolling with an earthquake at the moment.
Oh, I can see you guys moving.
But nothing like earthquakes during a hurricane.
Woo!
Yeah, good grief. Do you need to
Sorry,
take a
that
break?
just was scared.
No,
it's
it seems
okay.
quiet.
It's not bad. I think it's stopping.
But as you were saying, so we know Sadie. We can.
Yeah.
She was
Yes,
what kind?
Yeah, so she's kind of a low-level fixer in the area. She buys and sells. Has been known to buy and sell a lot of illicit or illegal goods. This is your first of her hearing, first that you've heard of her getting involved in any kind of drugs. Mostly, we're talking like illegal weapons and low-level stuff like that moves through the factory level.
And do we have any idea what she looks like? What?
Yeah. You think you could probably pick her out of a crowd.
And she down, or is she?
Yeah, she's down. Yep.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry,
Um,
important detail.
if-
Yes.
Well, if we're gonna go in and talk to her, who should be the chief questioner? I don't deal with her kind very much.
I do.
Then we'll let you take it.
Okay. Yeah, like I say, the bar itself is open. There's a bouncer out front, but he looks pretty bored. There's pretty loud instrumental music coming out from the front.
I'll try to go in.
Okay. Yeah, so he says, the bouncer puts his hand up and says, it'll be a note, one note apiece.
Well, I'll give him some of the Peyton's notes that we took and cover that cost.
All right. Yeah, so he counts it and he puts it in his pocket and he's like, thumbs you in.
Okay.
I would like to preemptively prep a skitterbot squirrel. I just have one in my hands waiting.
Okay. Yeah, so your skitterbot is made up of
A bunch of little.
Yeah, a bunch of little other like nanobots almost, so it can go through small spaces and things like that. So yeah, this collection of little robots comes together to resemble a squirrel on your shoulder or whatever. Okay. Anybody else gonna prep anything?
I have a question about rifles. So I was imagining that perhaps that I could have this thing disassembled in a kind of a smallish backpack that I could assemble if I wanted to. But if that's not something that's normal, then I won't have my rifle in any shape.
How quickly can you assemble your rifle to use it?
Well, yeah, I would assemble it beforehand, but I was wondering if I could if it would be weird to be carrying it around at all.
Yes, it would be. You would probably not be stopped by police or anything with a rifle in a backpack, disassembled in a backpack. If you were caught with it, it would probably be a big kerfuffle. It'd probably be a big deal.
So having it slung would be kind of obvious.
Having it slung would definitely attract the wrong kind of attention. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I would like to, and I'm feeling this out a little bit in this setting. I would like to go to an alley right next to it, assemble it, and then place it somewhere within pretty good reach of the front or side door, so that I could have it like behind a trash can or something, right? That's kind of what I would like to do.
Okay. Yeah, it takes you. It's a couple of rounds worth of time to assemble it, but yeah, you're able to do that and get it covered up with some newspaper and whatever else near a trash can outside.
Cool.
The bouncer does. So, are you guys gonna wait for him to go do that, or are you gonna go inside and then? Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so the bouncer does kind of look at you curiously when you come back around the corner.
Kind of like, pretty sure they have facilities inside when you need to do that.
Sorry, I just can't stop myself.
Hmm.
I'm an old man, you know.
Okay, yeah. So all right. So the bouncer picks up what you're putting down, and he's like, "Oh, get inside." All right. So you go in. The environment. Somebody recommended Sirenscape, and I think that'll be great for next time. So I could play some ambient music in the background.
Mm-hmm.
You go in, and the music is very loud, and it's really boisterous type 1940s style jazz music that's blaring from a live band on the stage. It's the band itself is far more energetic than most of the crowd, who's just sort of sitting around. And I say crowd, there's only a handful of people in here, including the waitstaff. So not a very busy place yet. You suspect maybe once everybody gets off work completely that it might fill up a little bit more, but right now it's fairly dead inside.
It doesn't look like any of the people in here are using Highlife, right?
Roll a perception check.
That would be a 21.
Good grief. No, it does not appear as though anyone, based on the mild symptoms you saw from Aaron, it does not appear as though anyone is currently under the influence.
You're welcome. Except for me.
Except for you.
Right. Except for your Halpkin.
Look around, see if we can recognize Sadie.
Okay. You do not see Sadie out among the crowd or the work staff.
She's probably backstage or downstairs. Well, I'm gonna look for an open table since it said it's pretty empty.
Yeah, no problem. There's plenty of places to sit, tables or in the bar, whichever you'd prefer. There's plenty of tables.
Table, someplace easy access. It doesn't have to be anything like, oh, I want the back room with the super special. No, just right there's fine.
Easy access to the front door.
To the room, just
to the room.
Be able to see
the
the room.
I got you. Yeah. You guys find the suitable table with access and visibility around the area. Yep. Barely anyone takes notice. A couple of people that you walk directly past or look up and quizzically like, who are these newcomers?
Is there a server walking the floor?
Yep, there is.
Okay.
While we're walking across, I'd like to see if I can sense things in the void.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
It's a wisdom perception against DC 12. So let's see.
See Cthulhu hanging out in the corner, just having a quick drink.
Whoops. Well, that's still the same. Oh, I see nothing.
Oh, you're still tripping.
I'm still tripping, which should make it easier. But I'm new at this.
Right. Yeah, you don't see nothing. Well, and it's almost too much. Like places like this have so much traffic going in and out that the void itself gets kind of muddled up. So it's difficult for you to pick out anything specific or anything in particular.
I'll get the wait person's attention.
Okay. Yeah, he comes over.
I'm gonna put out a couple of notes on the table. I'm like, I was wondering if you happen to see someone we're looking for. There's a guy named Marty who's been absent that we need to try to find. Has he been in here?
Fella, I meet all kinds. I mean, there's people in here all day and all night. I don't know anybody named Marty.
No? Where's Sadie? She might know.
So you see a quick, a brief moment of recognition when you mention the word Sadie, but then he goes back to his don't know no Sadie.
I put another
He's
bill
clearly
down.
lying. You don't even need to roll.
I put down another note. Are you sure? Because Sadie's probably who I need to speak to.
Yeah, and so for the audience and maybe even for you guys, I don't know if you were able to read that, but one note is roughly $10 US. So when you're throwing that stuff around, that's kind of how much. So you've got $30 on the table at the moment. He's like, who can I tell her is here? Who are you? But he slides the notes off and puts them in his pocket.
Tell her Doc Steele'd like to talk to her.
Can I get you anything to drink?
Oh, sure. I wouldn't mind a nice rye whiskey.
Make it
Anybody
two.
else? 2.
I'll have some. Do you have any of that really weird wine? That sort of fey wine?
Weird wine coming up.
Dr. Precious?
I would like a pop with extra cherries, please. Actually, and I take one because does he have is Doc Steele still holding the notes? Because if he is, I'd like to take one of the notes and then slide it to the server and be like, extra cherries.
You're
Lady knows
hardcore.
Go ahead.
The lady knows what she likes.
That's right. Soda, 2 whiskeys, and some weird wine coming up. And he goes back to the back.
I'm surprised they have the weird wine down here. It doesn't seem like a place that would get a lot of traffic for that.
But they deal in goods and services that are not usually found elsewhere.
They do. That's why I was suspicious. It seems like they can get a lot of things that you wouldn't expect. So
That's right.
I wonder what else they might be trading in this place.
Yeah, and that's a legitimate query, because you're absolutely right. A place like this wouldn't normally have like exotic stuff. You're perfect. You're expecting the whiskey, or you were prior to finding out what was on the menu, expecting some pretty swill whiskey, but you think maybe you might get some good stuff.
Some rot gut, something to strip the paint off.
That's right. Okay, so you wait about 10 minutes, and you haven't seen the guy for a while. And eventually he comes back out, and he's like, he has the tray of drinks, and he sets them down, and he says, "Sadie's not here."
Took you a long time to hear that from her.
I don't know what I was looking for downstairs in the basement. It took me a while to look around the place.
I see. Well, thank you for your help.
Yeah, no problem. Let me know if you need anything else.
We pick up if he's lying at all, if we think he might be lying.
I think he's lying. I think you should send one of your robots down to the basement and see what's actually going on down there.
Give me a if you want. Yeah, right. So Doc Steele says, "I'm pretty sure he's lying." You are more than welcome to do an insight check if you'd like, as well.
I would like, for my own confirmation, insight. 22.
Nice.
22. You are positive he is lying. It's like it took him 10 minutes to figure out that Sadie wasn't there. Come on.
Yep.
5. And am I allowed to have more than one bot built out at a time? It's just the amount of, is it 1 genius point per bot?
Right, it's 1 genius point per. Yes, you can have more than one.
Okay, so I could build another mouse to go check the basement for me while the squirrel still sits with me.
Yep.
Great.
Cool.
So I will build another mouse, a magnetic mouse, to go spy in the basement for us.
Yep. You've got 4 total points? Is that
4
right?
altogether. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'd
Right.
be down to 1.
Yep. Okay. Great. Yeah. The mouse. You pull some bits and pieces out of your pocket, and before everybody's eyes, it like transforms into a mechanical-looking mouse. Another one like she built before, and then it scurries off. It goes down. Where are you sending it? You're gonna send it downstairs?
To the basement, yes.
Okay.
To look first.
Okay. Yeah. It goes down the stairs, goes around. There's one. So it's a fairly long hallway that goes the length of the building, and it's all dark except for one room. There's a light on in one of the rooms down the hall. What do you do?
Can I send? Well, I guess I wouldn't know what her voice sounds like. Can I send the mouse in to go listen in there?
Sure. Oh,
Or
yeah,
do I-
absolutely. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Okay, it scampers down the hallway. The door's open, and actually you see as it comes around the corner, looks in the room. It looks like an office. Pardon me. And you see a lady, fairly large Dayon woman, stuffing stuff into a bag frantically, like she's going around the office throwing stuff in like a leather satchel.
I grab Dr. Steele's arm. I'm like, we have to go. She's trying to leave.
Oh, all right. Get up and start heading towards.
Start like dragging him down the.
I just follow along behind.
We're all going.
I pick up my whiskey. I say to myself, "This might be poisoned," and I drink it anyway. And I go down.
Oh yeah, I bring my wine.
I
Obviously,
can guarantee you it probably is.
if it is
All right.
whiskey, it is poison.
That's a good point.
That's the point.
Okay, yes, you get up and start heading back to the back of the room near the stairwell, and the bartender, or not the bartender, the waiter, is like, "Hey, you can't go down there."
I do not stop.
Okay.
Yeah.
You go down the stairs, and just as Priscilla had described, there's a long hallway with the light. And as you come down the bottom of the stairs, you see a large down woman come out of the office with a bag in her hand, and she heads out towards the other direction down the hallway.
Go after her.
Yep. Okay. All right. So she sees you, and then immediately bolts. Like she hits the back door, and the back door of the place comes up, or the back door of the basement comes up, and it looks like it goes out into maybe the alley or the back street. So she runs.
Can I scoop up my mouse and run after her?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go after her as well. But on the way, I'm going to take a moment and give a adrenaline boost to the Colonel. So
Which-
that's the adrenal extract. It gives you the following benefits. Your movement increases by 2 hexes. You get advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws, and you get +2 bonus to all damage rolls you make.
Wow, nice. All right.
Mhm.
So it's an elixir of some sort.
Basically, yeah, I just give you a quick shot.
I was gonna
I'll
say,
drink,
or shot.
I'll drink this too.
Uh,
I drink it, and I'll go after. I use my action to dash to try and intercept the lady.
Okay. All right. So now let's roll for initiative.
uh,
13.
9.
14.
18.
18. All right. Aaron and Doc Steele, you beat her, and then was that a 13, Colonel?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you tied. What's your modifier?
+2 for dex.
Okay. So you'll go. All 3 of you can go before she before she moves. So she hits the back door, and takes off down the alleyway. Initiative ensues, and Doc Steele, you can go first.
Yep. I go bolting out the alley. I make sure that I try to keep the door open for everybody who's coming behind me if I don't have enough movement to get all the way down there.
Okay. All right. Yeah, she's just a little bit ahead of you by the time you hit the door, and
So I gave him the speed boost.
Yep. Right. Aaron, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to use my barrier spell. Throw a barrier in front of her.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
Hopefully blocking the alley, but I don't know how what the very
What
relative
the area effect is.
areas are.
Is
But
it-
that is a level 1 spell.
Yeah. So you could make basically you could put up a hurdle for her. Not a literal hurdle, but something that might stop her. But it's not gonna like block off the entire alleyway.
Slow her
you can,
down.
Like put it in front of her, and she probably will smack into it or something like that, and slow her down.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that pops up, and then 13, Colonel.
Yep. So I'll move, and then I assume she's still out of reach after 1 movement, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I will use an action to dash. Am I in contact with her at this point? I obviously use my action, but am I next to her net?
So you did a full move, or you did a run, and then
Action. Use my
then a
action. to
dash.
dash.
Oh yeah. You catch up to her.
Then for the folks at home that can enjoy the cool exploit functionality of this game, I will use a hard 10-point edge to get an additional turn this round.
New
Yeah.
path.
Wow,
use the
nice, perfect.
use the
Yeah,
bonus
so
action.
exploits the definition for exploits I think will pop up on the little help chat there on the screen. But if it doesn't, or if you're curious about what exploits are, it's essentially you can use your hit points to power special actions, which is what he did. He did a very a significant one with a burning 10
It-
hit points to
expensive.
get an extra action. Yeah.
Yeah,
Expensive. There you go.
because they usually go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so you're getting a full extra turn. So basically, you are super hyped up on the elixir that Doc Steele gave you. You're just raging in the alleyway.
I only give the good stuff, man.
Yep.
Yep.
And then I will use my athletics to grapple then.
Yep.
And I apparently get an advantage because of the elixir. So I will grapple her.
I don't know why I thought she was going to get away.
like an arm lock here. So let's try this twice. Oh, that's not good, but there we go, 20. All right, so I got a 20 on my second.
Okay.
And I say to her, what was her name? Is Sack again, right?
Sadie.
Sadie Sack. Oh no, she's carrying a sack.
She's carrying a sack.
Yeah, she's carrying a leather sack.
Her name was Sadie Mason.
I think it's funny if you just address her incorrectly.
Why run, Sack?
I say, well, Sadie Sack, consider this a quarterback sack, and I take her down.
Yeah, for sure. So you guys,
pin her up against the barrier.
Inhumanly fast, the Colonel runs out the door, down the alleyway, catches up to her, and tackles her, all while being very snarky in the back tackle, and they collide and slam into the barrier that Aaron put up. So yeah, she's that hurt significant. That was significant pain on her part, but she's definitely
sorry about that. But we're looking for Marty, and you're in our way. And I'll wait for the other guys to catch up. And I'll kind of pressed up against the side of the alley or wherever she is.
That was Jotun.
Yeah. All right. She doesn't. She's struggling a little bit, but she definitely was concussed. All right, Priscilla, what would you like to do?
I really just want to throw my mouse at her.
Are you gonna make it explode?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the Colonel is on top of her. So, I mean, I don't know if you'll probably damage him as well with an exploding mouse if you want, but I mean, I'm certainly.
But it would be
happy to
hilarious.
entertain it. What's that?
Or you could use it as a threat.
Yeah, there you go. Bright glowing red eyes of the mouse start to flare as it gets ready to detonate.
No, can I do this instead? Can I go up to where her and the Colonel are? And can I drop the skitterbot squirrel down the back of her shirt?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Okay. So the form of the squirrel's on your shoulder, and it kind of collapses into hundreds of little robots, and goes down.
And I'm gonna grab her by the shirt collar and be like, "You feel that? You feel those thousands and thousands of little robots? I'm gonna make them all bite you if you don't give us the information we need."
Yeah, so she's now squirming from the uncomfortable feeling of robots in her back, as well as the Jotun on top of her. She's like, "Okay, all right, what do you want? Yeah, jeez, just going home."
I'm walking over and taking the bag from her hand.
Okay.
Going home pretty suspiciously, if you ask me.
Anything special in there?
Yeah, so she had quite a bit of paper, a bunch of paperwork that she threw in there. There's several fistfuls of notes, and then the like a leather, like an old leather syringe container, like it's a folding. I don't know
for injecting.
But instead of syringes, it's got 3 of 4 slots are filled with Highlife.
Okay.
So it's got like 3 leather or
3
4 leather
full ones
bands
and 1
there,
empty
and then
one.
there's 3 of them. Yeah, 1 vial's missing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this doesn't look like you're heading home as much as you're trying to beat feet with the evidence.
Evidence? What are you talking about?
Sadie, we both know that this is not allowed in this city.
What are you, cops?
No, but we do know who to talk to if we want them. But right now, we need more information than that.
More information? What do you want?
Who's
What information do you
supplying
want?
this?
Who's supplying
Where are
it?
you getting this? And why are you doing this? You didn't do this before, Sadie.
You don't know me.
Oh, we know enough about you. Sadie, this isn't the kind of thing you should be doing. You know, bringing in people so they have some more food or more evidence, more mechanics, things that they need. That makes sense. But this doesn't do anybody any good. Why are you doing this?
What do you mean? Why am I doing it? The same reason anybody does anything. I'm in it for the money.
Just the money.
They
That's
pay
all
real
that
well. They pay real well. Real notes.
they do. Who is they?
And she's like, "Ah, crap! I said too much."
You haven't said quite enough yet.
You do want to go home, don't you, Sadie?
She said, "I'm not telling you anything else. They're gonna kill me."
Well, we'll kill you if you don't.
I turn and look at
We're
Aaron. I'm like,
here. Shut up, Doc. You can't control me.
I didn't say a thing.
Oh yeah, Jeff in chat said that's the full Nelson. You're giving her the full Nelson.
That's the full Nelson.
Yeah.
The half Nelson.
Look, Sadie, obviously, I'm going to do my best to keep my compatriots from doing anything untoward to you, but I really do need to know who you've been working with. Aha, good
Give
cop, bad cop.
me-
Woohoo.
Somebody needs to roll. One of the two of you roll intimidation.
I can roll it here.
You were doing the intimidating.
I
You-
will.
you-
I'll just.
Can I
walk
give her
over to
advantage
her,
because I'm playing the good cop?
Yeah, you can give her an assist. Yep.
and I'll look down at her and I'll say, "If you tell us, you'll get a chance to run before the others find out. If you don't,
Dr. Precious' robots may get out of control.
I punctuate what they're saying with like shaking my mouse threateningly in her face.
You need to see if you can find like a mechanical mouse or something
Jeez.
on Amazon.
Those little ones with the little
Shake
the wind up
Oh,
key on the
yeah,
back.
little wind-up one. Oh, that'd be great. Okay, I'm sorry. What was the roll?
I got a 13. I'm apparently rolling very poorly today.
Was that
Are you
with
using the
advantage?
computer?
Yeah, the other one was an 8.
Oh boy.
So I would, if I can, I know she just rolled, but I also do have proficiency in intimidation as well as persuasion. So if intimidation is already used, I'm happy to try a persuasion angle, but let me know.
Okay. Yeah, she still seems to appear to be of the opinion that she's the other people are more dangerous than you, so she hasn't been quite convinced yet. But
So
yeah,
which,
please go ahead and try and persuade as you're
okay,
grinding her face into the pavement.
is she again? And tell me if you think I'm exploiting that background, but that's the
No,
way
I
to
don't.
describe
I
it.
think it's very clever. I wouldn't have thought to use it that way, but I think it's good.
Okay, cool. All right. So I'll kind of press into her a little bit so she's, more uncomfortable. And I say, you see, we have a friend named Claire and she has a brother named Marty. We need to make sure he's okay. And to make sure he's okay, we got to cut the supplier. So you're going to give us the name so you can go home and watch Jeopardy. So advantage.
Jeopardy.
Oh, 21. Well, yeah, obviously.
Jeopardy
Totally offsetting.
is actually like the street fights that happen on the corner from her, like she can see them from her window.
Yeah, those are called Jeopardy.
Jeopardy.
21.
She says, "Marty, this is all for Marty? That rat? He owes me money. I hope you do find him."
Okay, so
What's your other-
is it 21? Make
Yeah,
her.
she starts singing like a canary. as
Where-
they say.
Where is Marty? Where was the last place he was?
I haven't seen him around here for a couple of days, but who
Was he
knows?
doing a
He
job for
got-
somebody?
Those rats probably grabbed him. He owes everybody money around here.
Who's that?
Rats.
The rats, the iron rats, the rats.
Oh,
it's
the
a-
group?
It's a
The
gang.
gang?
Yeah, it's a gang in the area. Yep.
He was trucking with the Iron Rats.
Yeah. Who do
Marty,
you think's
Marty.
giving me all the supply?
Oh, that's who's providing it for you.
Gotcha.
Sadie, you really need to get out of this. This is not going to end well for anybody associated with this group.
You know where
Okay.
you'd be safe? In jail.
Okay, about that
Um,
time, the bouncer,
not with the
from
rats.
front of the bouncer from the front comes
Sure.
barreling out the back door, and he's got a club in his hand, like maybe a
I-
table leg or something. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
We're having a small talk.
I ease off and I start
Sadie's-
to I
What's
start
that?
to kind of fix her clothes. I step back and kind of start fixing her clothes, like, I said, Sadie here took a tumble, just helping her out.
Yeah, yeah. She said, "It's all right, Boyle. It's all right." And so he doesn't go back in. He stands there, but he stands down, I guess.
I keep the dose case, but I give her the rest of the things that she had in her bag.
Okay.
I give it back to her. Like, Sadie,
Yeah, she's brushing herself off and takes the.
we don't mind you doing normal business around here. So go back to what you were doing, but you need to get out of this.
Yeah, she just grumbles something and starts walking back down the hall. I mean, assuming you let her, she starts walking down the down. Towards
I'm not
the
stopping
front,
her.
down towards the road or the street.
That's
Okay.
a sad sack.
After she's gone, then the bouncer goes back in as well.
Okay. Colonel, do you need to pick something up before we left?
I'm
was
sorry,
that?
what?
You're right.
Colonel, did you need to pick something up before we left?
Yeah, I got to rifle through some things over in the alleyway.
I figured you might want to give it a shot.
Bullseye, my friend. All right, and I will do that. I'm going to grab it, but no, I'm just going to basically wrap it up. If I have some kind of heavy blankets or something I find in the alleyway, but I'm going to keep it now assembled, and as we approach wherever we think the iron rats are.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna have to go find them. I'm sure that their hideouts hidden. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so we don't know where they are yet.
No,
Dear
you do not
gang.
know. Yeah,
I
that's yep.
disassemble. I disassemble and I join the group.
Well,
Okay.
How late is it?
It's been a couple hours. It's probably 7 o'clock or so.
Okay. Well, do we want to continue looking into this tonight? I'm not sure what sort of bad luck that Marty's gotten himself into at this point.
Well,
Right.
we might need a new angle tomorrow, since none of these leads have turned up the actual kid.
Well, he's with the rats. We need to track down the rats, and I'm sure that he's probably had some bad luck there. If he hasn't shown up in 3 days, he's either hurt there or they're doing something that they shouldn't be doing. I think we should keep looking for him tonight. I don't think we should wait.
Agreed.
I agree.
Do you know where the iron rats might be hanging out, Aaron?
I might, but probably not, because I've been rolling terribly today.
Stop rolling with a computer. Use dice.
Yeah, okay, hold on.
And-
It always cracks me up. Roll20 has a separate website where they show all the generated numbers at any one particular
the probabilities.
time, just so they can prove that it's
Yeah.
not a terrible roller.
I did an untrained streetwise check.
That did not help.
You said it's so I'm gonna obviously swap with my intelligence versus wisdom. That gave me 22.
What did the Halpkin roll?
11. I'm cursed.
Something you said jogs my memory, I think.
Yeah,
Huh.
right. Okay, yeah. You don't with a 22. You don't know where they are, but you know the type of environment that you're looking for. So you're
Their
able
territory.
to narrow down your search. Yeah. And you suspect, particularly if they're peddling drugs, that you could probably find a street corner where somebody's dealing or something like that. That you could start to look for that way.
Okay. I think we should probably go over here. There's probably some dealers that we'll be able to find. Start
Okay.
walking
Okay,
that way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Does anybody need to grab dinner? It is about that time for supper.
Yes. Is Peyton paying?
Ha!
I think Peyton still has enough to cover a small meal.
Yeah, he had, what I say, 20 notes or so? Yeah.
Yeah, he had like
For
20
sure.
or 30
He
notes.
was loaded.
That's I was like, oh, okay. I'll find one of the streetcart guys who are making the food down there.
Okay.
Did you
Yeah.
steal any notes from Sadie?
No, we didn't take anything from Sadie. She didn't cause us any real direct threat, and keeping her on our good side means we can probably approach her later for more information.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, so there's a diner that is open down the street, and there's a couple of street vendor carts if you'd like that instead.
I was thinking the vendor carts. I wasn't sure
Yeah.
if there were any diners, but
Yeah.
And this is like a pretty sketchy kind of alley / part of town, right?
Yep.
Okay, so as we walk along, I'm gonna twirl my mouse threateningly by the tail, just to like let people know I probably shouldn't be messed with.
I got
I
it.
love
Okay.
that Vorpal mouse.
And a
That's
cat
amazing.
just kind of just jumps up.
Right.
I
Yeah,
do feel
you're
very
attracting-
safe.
Yeah, you're attracting the attention of some alley cats, but
I do
But for
feel very
whatever
safe.
reason,
with
like,
myself.
Glare
just let
at the
her know
alley
you
cats
don't- you
very
don't attract-
menacingly.
what's that?
I glare at the alley cats menacingly.
Okay. All right.
When we're grabbing food from the cart vendor,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to ask. So you've been in this area for a while, I'm saying, but have you heard anything about what's going on with the rats lately? I hear they're causing some trouble.
You're talking to
The cart vendor.
Cart vendor.
Yeah.
He says, "Well, sure. There's definitely been some muckety mucks running around here trying to peddle their filthy drugs. It's
Hmm.
hard to do any honest business anymore."
I hate to see the state that they're bringing to this city.
Exactly.
So, have you heard anything? Are they causing problems with other gangs, or are they working for someone new? Because this doesn't seem like their modus operandi.
Oh, I couldn't tell you if they're working for somebody new, but they're definitely sending their little dealers all over the place. I run them off my corner. They can't. I'm not letting them stick around here.
Oh, good job. By the way, this is a really good sausage.
Well, thank you.
Well, you send them off that way? Is that the direction they usually go?
Oh, I don't know where they go necessarily, but yeah, they're definitely seem to be coming from. He points back further towards the interior of the city.
All right. Well, thank
Away
you very
from the
much.
river. Away from the river.
Okay.
Nah, thank
Well,
you.
Maybe we'll see you again in the future. This is pretty good. I may have to come back for some more.
I still have my glass of wine because I just kept,
Walked out with
with me.
it.
and so I just like,
You're casting spells with one hand and wine in the other. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. It goes
Happy
well with the
birthday.
sausage. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, we'll head over towards the Iron Rats area to see if we can see somebody dealing.
As we're walking, I look over and I say, Priscilla, we had a rat artillerist that was in our crew. In my platoon. His name was Rat Tat Tat.
Nope.
The joke just she nods like very seriously at you, like she's like
Like that was real deep.
From behind Colonel, I get Priscilla's attention and I do like this. I go,
Do I have something in my teeth? Yeah.
it's funny. Laugh.
I put like a rictus smile on my face.
I go, I'm funny.
That's great. That's great. Okay. So I guess that would probably be another streetwise check. If you'd like, you can do streetwise or perception. So you guys are basically gonna the river's at your back. You've walked a couple blocks in towards the interior of the city, and for the most part, 7 o'clock in this part of town is not very lively. You do see some people. There's some, what you typically find in in a bad part of town.
And so I just rolled a 20 on roll 20 for perception.
Nice.
I rolled a
nice.
dirty 20.
I got
See, you're not cursed.
I only got a 19.
I rolled a 1, so I just feel like I'm just having like a stare off with the cats as I like go by.
You're still trying to understand the rat-a-tat-tat joke?
I don't even know. Like, no, I really like firmly believe I'm like, yes, rat-a-tat-tat.
Yeah, so the other three, however, are it's very obvious to you. You walked back and forth several blocks. All kinds of, there's homeless people, there's workers getting off shift, there's all kinds of people moving around. It's not crowded by any stretch, and it's pretty easy to pick out these two kids. I say kids, they're two older, upper teens, maybe early 20s, on a street corner, and they're definitely just kind of standing there, hanging out, looking around.
They're loitering. The best of
There you
them.
go.
Well, Aaron, I guess you would be the best person to go talk to them.
Yep. And she takes another lick from her vial. Goes over to talk to them.
Okay. Yeah, your eyes dilate again. You get the double vision, and you feel a little more euphoric this time than the last time. Okay, go ahead.
Hi.
What's up?
I'm trying to be nonchalant and not act like I'm looming in the background. So I'm trying to be stealthy with my very little stuff.
What is it, Squirt? Out with it.
I'm looking for a guy. He owes me money. And if I get enough money, then I can get more Highlife.
When you mention Highlife, he's like, you're telling me you don't have any money right now?
Fucking broke.
Well, that's a shame. Get off my corner then.
I just need to find Marty. And then I will be flush and I can come back.
Marty.
To you.
Marty ain't paying nobody nothing.
Well then,
You're gonna be waiting a long time if you're waiting to get money back from Marty.
Where is he? Badass. Where is he?
I don't know. Who's asking? What are you, a cop or something?
Oh, no. My name is Aaron.
Aaron. I see, Aaron. And what is your interest in Marty? What kind of scratch are we talking about? How much money does he owe you? How much?
A couple hundred.
Couple hundred? Oh, wow, that's significant. Holy cow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I'd want that money back too. I don't know where he's at. I'm sure that he's been shipped off by now.
No.
What are the other three doing? Are you guys close by, or are you?
Yeah, I'm trying to hide.
I'll be
He's being nonchalant.
I'll be actively stealthing, so I'll rock to make a stealth roll.
Yeah, I'll make a stealth roll. I just don't expect to be good at it.
Right. I was just gonna say, in this case, yeah, go ahead and roll a stealth.
Oh, I got a nat 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm invisible.
I got a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Okay.
Yeah.
Priscilla?
I'm literally in the middle of the alley, just twirling my mouse, looking at those cats.
All right, but you're not paying attention to the conversation probably either then.
I'm definitely trying to listen in on them, but I am really in like an eye, like a staring contest with the cats. Like
Got it.
they're not
Got
gonna
it.
mess with my mouse.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so he says the kid's like, well, I mean, I can certainly take you to we can certainly take you to a place where you can find out where he's at.
Yeah. And
Roll a insight check.
There's your cat.
I got a 9.
You're like, oh,
He
these guys
seems
are being so
totally
helpful.
legit.
Okay. Yeah, he's like, yeah, we can help you find him, sure.
That'd be fantastic. And I just like completely believe him and follow him wherever he goes.
Okay. Yeah, so he says to the other guys like, wait here, and then he's like, come on. And he starts going down the street.
Everybody loves Marty.
Well, if they're moving off, I'm gonna try to follow.
Okay. Yeah. So there was 2 of them. One of them stayed in the corner, and then you see Aaron. Pardon me. You see Aaron start to walk off with one of the guys.
Yep, like I said, following her.
Okay. What kind of? Are you being cautious about it, or are you being
Still
overt?
trying to be sneaky.
Okay. All right. So Doc Steele takes off. Starts walking down the street. What's the stealthy colonel and the cat lady doing?
Probably best to keep an eye on Aaron, so I'll follow as well. Also
Okay.
stealthy.
Okay.
I am not stealthy at all, and I'm just walking down the middle of the street, singing a little song, twirling my mouse
Okay.
in a dark alley, and it's kind of scary.
I'm using her distraction to make it easier for me to hide.
I was just gonna say the same thing. Yeah, the kid didn't seem to take any notice of you as you walk down the street singing. Just another crazy day in factory as far as he's concerned. So he doesn't take notice. Okay, yeah. So they're walking, and he's like, "So, how long you been using Highlife?" Talking to Aaron. How
Well,
long you been using?
only a couple days.
It's great, isn't it?
Fucking great. Never knew you could see so clearly.
I know, right? Well, I'll take you someplace where you can see everything.
Nice.
Okay, so they're going down. They take a cross street and go into some real rundown apartments, and then they go up to these steps, and there's 2 guys just kind of you can tell that they're like scouts or lookouts or something, but they're just kind of sitting there playing dice on the steps. And he walks past them and up into this old abandoned looking apartment area. You following him?
Nice place. Oh, obviously, I want more.
Okay. All right. You go up a couple flights of stairs. He's like, "Yeah, it's just right this way. What's everybody else doing?" She disappears into the apartment.
Hmm.
I'm
There's-
definitely just gonna go in there.
Anybody else?
Waiting. Yeah.
I'll be watching what happens with Precious as she tries to walk in.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, the
Waiting
2
for
guys.
Precious.
Yeah, right. The 2 guys are not particularly interested in letting that happen. So they get up and ask what you're doing when you get on the steps. What are you doing around here? Is that a mouse?
Oh my. Yeah. I'm looking for my friend, but I don't know where she went. But she was here a minute ago.
Who's your friend? Is that the one with Marin?
Maybe. She was definitely with someone. I forget where they were going. Honestly,
Okay,
I lost
roll
interest.
roll a persuasion check, please.
Okay. 14 plus 18.
Okay. One of them's like, just let her in. And he says, you just missed them. They went up the steps.
Okay. Just keep going up the steps.
Yeah, 3rd floor.
Thank you. And I salute them with the mouse in my hand.
He doesn't have any idea what to do. He like waves. Okay. Yeah, so you actually hear them. You hear Marin and Aaron kind of chit-chatting a floor or two above you.
I'll try to like go up the steps like really quietly. Just so that you know what I mean, so that
Yeah.
they don't like somebody, and I can kind of maybe like eavesdrop on
Sure.
whatever they're chatting about.
Sure. Roll a stealth check real quick.
Sure.
What are the other two doing? Doc and Colonel?
I'm heading up the steps to go in.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
me
this
too.
time they're like, "Hey, what is this? A party? We weren't invited to a party. Is there a party going on? What do you want?"
We're
I
with the
think
mouse.
this is the right place for you.
I say, we're with the mouse. It is a party. And I'll go ahead and slip. Do I have any of that money? I guess I don't, because we're all like giving out the patents money. I will go ahead and
Yeah, you spent like 10. You spent 10 of the notes that you stole from Peyton.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got about 10.
I'm gonna. Okay, so I'll give him that last 10 and try and persuade him to let us in.
Okay. Yeah, that much scratch you can
100
roll with
bucks.
advantage. That's $100.
All right, here we go. So advantage. There's this, and oh, good thing it's advantage. Oh, I got a natural 1 and then a dirty 22. So I'll take the 22.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you give him. He's counting the 10 notes that you gave him, and he's like, I don't know. Do we let him in? He says he knows.
I say.
He says he knows them. And they look very uncomfortable shirking on their duties, but you can tell that the money is making it hard for them to say no at the same time. Any other?
Well, I start walking towards the door while they're confused.
Okay. He said, "Man, we're gonna be in trouble." He's like, "Who cares? He gave me $10. He gave me 10 notes." So yeah, so they actually, instead of waiting to figure out what the consequences of them letting you pass, they leave. They like walk off the steps and start walking down the street. Let's go get
Enjoy.
Yeah.
I say enjoy retirement as he walks
Let's
away.
go get some beer. It's not that much money, but
Yeah.
they can avoid immediate consequences anyway. Okay. Yeah, so like let's go get some beer down at the docks. And they disappear. Okay.
Heading in.
All right. Yeah, so you walk in a couple minutes after Aaron, and Priscilla is up the first flight of stairs, and it switches back, and she's standing there kind of listening to what's going on above her.
I'll take a moment to see if I hear what she's trying to eavesdrop on.
Okay, yeah, perception checks all around, please.
That's a 25.
Okay.
13.
13. Both of you 13?
I got a 16.
Oh, 16. Okay.
Got a 10.
Well, that's good because you don't need to.
Yeah.
You can hear yourself quite well.
Yeah, so he's basically telling you like, hey, once we get in here, just be cool, just play it cool, and we'll get you taken care of.
I am the coolest.
Okay. And then you hear
What's
that
her name
basically.
again?
You hear this. What's that?
What's her name again?
Marin.
Marin.
Like Aaron with an M. Yeah, so
Marin,
and you guys hear
Marin.
that. On 13 and up, you guys hear basically him and giving her some basic instructions on when they go in. And he's like, you hear him do some sort of secret knock. And then the door, you hear the sound of the door unlocking.
Okay.
Okay. All
Gonna
right,
go
so
up the steps.
the door opens. This heavy smoke, like cigarette smoke, wafts out as the door opens, and you hear some sort of gramophone or something playing some jazz music inside. And there's people, not everywhere, but there are a bunch of people in this small apartment, all clearly on one stage or another of euphoria.
Mhm.
And he's like, "Come on in."
I love it already.
Okay. Anybody else?
I'm just going up the stairs.
Okay. All right. So he lets you in, and then he shuts the door behind you, and he does not go in. There's another
I
person.
would like.
Go ahead.
Can I sit at the top of the stairs, but not where they can see me, like at the top of one of the landings? And I want to send my mouse in to go spy for me.
Uh,
Or
yes,
can I
you
be in
can
a
sit
door,
there.
or
I
maybe
don't know.
even like it's an apartment building? Is it sort of, are the stairs the only, or are there hallways as well? Like, could I hide in a hallway and
No,
send the
there's no
mouse up?
hallways. No, yeah, it's all
Got it.
the rooms
Yeah,
lead
it's
off of the stairs. Yep.
off the stairs. Okay.
Yep.
So I'll just
So
sit
you
on the top of the, like on the stair as if, oh, I'm waiting for someone, but I'm gonna send the mouse in there.
okay?
So like at the top of the stair, but like with my back to like the hallway or the door, or like sitting there.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, no problem. Um, give me trying to think if your mouse would be able to fit under the door. Give me a acrobatics check. You make an acrobatics check for your mouse just to see if
Okay.
it'll fit. All right, you guys are going up the stairs. He shuts the door behind you. There's a lady in there who had unlocked the door, and she's like, "Oh, welcome. Have a seat, dear.
Hey.
Anywhere you like."
I look around and see who looks the least fucked up,
Um,
or sorry, messed up.
there. I mean, she does. She doesn't look like she's on Highlife. There's a couple of others that are in various states. I mean, you can definitely identify one that's one or two that are not like completely gone.
Yeah, I'll go sit by one.
Anywhere you like. You need some water or something?
Sure. No, actually, I've got my wine.
Okay.
Take
And
a
that's
sip.
Alright.
that's a 17 for my mouse to fit under the door.
Yeah,
Nice.
easy. Okay, so he squeezes under the door, or it squeezes under the door, and climbs up the wall and perches in there wherever you'd like. It's as described, heavy smoke. It's a dingy apartment. There's people laying around everywhere and every piece of furniture, and some on the floor. And your mouse actually walks past. So the guy, about the time that your mouse gets up to the door, the guy, Marin, is coming back down. So you see him coming down the steps, and you guys hear somebody coming down the steps as you're going up.
I'm just gonna sit there with my screwdriver and my mechanical squirrel, as if I'm up to nothing in particular besides working on my mechanical squirrel.
Okay. Yeah, so he comes around the corner right about the same time, if you guys are going up, that you meet up with Priscilla. So the 3 of you are there. He's at the next landing up. He's like, "Can I help you with something?" Not. He clearly realizes he's outmatched 3-1, so he's not like aggressive. He's just like, "Help you?"
Yeah, you can help me get through that door up there. I'm looking for my son.
He starts trying to get. He like comes down the steps nonchalant, like trying to get past you. He's like, "I don't know what you're talking about, old man."
I'll intercept him with my large size body, and
Okay.
and I say, "You may have heard of him. His name's Sean, Dick Sean. Let us up, will you?"
It's like, look,
I'll, if it's appropriate, perception roll. I mean, persuasion. But otherwise, I'll just do this dialogue with you, of course.
yeah, it'll take a. You'll need to make a roll.
Okay. Oh, look at that. 21.
21. He's like, look, I don't want no trouble. I'm just going home. My lady's waiting for me. She's got dinner cooking.
All I gotta do is open the door, son.
He's like, yeah, it's your funeral. All right. So he goes up and he goes up to the door again, and everybody outside the door make a perception check one more time.
Nice.
19.
Well, 20 likes me now. 23.
Good grief.
Dirty
Wow.
20.
Dirty 20. Holy cow. Okay, well, you guys are very perceptive. You're on alert, and you notice that his secret knock is different.
I was going to ask, does it match the secret knock I heard before?
Mhm.
I was like, why'd you have to go and warn them like that?
So he roll for initiative.
I
He reaches for a knife in his jacket.
I love that. He roll for initiative.
But I'm still back
Having
on
a
the
good
steps. Like I
time.
have not gotten up, and I have
You
not
didn't go
looked
with him?
up.
Okay,
from, like,
that's fine.
No.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, just to be clear.
Yeah,
got
go ahead.
a 16.
16?
Yeah.
What'd the colonel get?
Just a 10.
10. Okay. All right. Aaron, you hear a knock on the door that's different than the one that you heard initially. And immediately the room, and Priscilla, by the way, you see this happening as well. Immediately the several people, none of the Highlife people, but several other people that were in the room start grabbing weapons, and they're from various countertops and drawers and whatever else. So there's 4 people in there that have armed themselves.
I go up to the person who told me to take a seat anywhere, and I'm like, what's going on?
She says, sit down and shut up. The cops are here.
The cops.
Yeah. Okay. So, Priscilla, did you roll initiative? You don't have to do
I did.
anything, but okay. What'd you get?
Yeah, I did. I got a 5.
5. Okay. And go ahead and roll as well, Aaron.
Oh, I'm on the wrong tab. Hey, natural 20 is a 19.
Good grief. Okay. So what you see is one of the guys has a big caustic shotgun. So it's basically acid shotgun, and he's pulling it up to the door like he's gonna blast through the door. And then several of the other people are just kind of hanging back, and including the one that was talking to you. And Priscilla, you see all this through the mouse. The guy, when he had a 19, is that right? For initiative?
I do.
I'm sorry, Doc Steele, what was your initiative again?
Oh, what was mine?
Yeah.
16.
16, okay. All right, so he actually, the kid takes a swing at the colonel with his knife.
13 defense.
13? Okay. That's weird. You were flickering there for a second.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So he takes he's actually not a swing. He takes a stab at you with his knife, and it goes past you. He doesn't hit you at all. Doesn't even come close. But it also looks like he was just trying to do that as maybe a distraction, so he could then start running. So he takes a stab, misses, realizes that he's outmatched, and runs down the hall. Starts running down the hallway. So if you've got actually, you don't have a weapon out. I was going to say you'd have an attack of opportunity, but you don't have a weapon out.
I don't.
All right, now
He's
16.
got his fists.
Yep. These are my weapons.
So now it's whose turn?
16 be Doc Steele.
Oh.
Well, I'm sorry. Aaron, you can do something if you'd like in the room.
I'm gonna hold my action, I think.
Okay, now Doc.
I look over at Precious and I go, can you see in there?
She's down the steps from you, but yeah, you can.
Right.
You can shut
She's
down.
like on the
Yep.
landing past it.
Yep,
Can you
yep.
see in there?
Yeah.
What's at the door?
And I tell them because they don't know about the guy. I thought they could see into the apartment when people were getting weapons.
No, you and Aaron can. Aaron's in there. She sees him,
Got
and
it, got
you
it.
see through your mouse. They don't know what's going on.
So I tell them about it's 4 people with weapons, right?
Yep.
I tell them about the 4 different people, and then the one guy has like a plasma rifle,
A shotgun.
shotgun
Yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah, like an
Got a
acid
magic
shotgun
shotgun.
situation. Yeah. So I'm like, there's an acid shotgun, and then there's 3 other people with weapons.
All right. I'm going to ready an action to throw a knockout canister in, and I go step away from the door so I'm not on the other side of it.
Okay.
And I look at the colonel and say, whenever you're ready to go in, this goes in first.
All right. So the door is still closed.
It is.
Okay. I'll go ahead. That elixir wore off a long time ago, correct?
It did.
It is. Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'm just going to go ahead and bring up my heavy boot and try and kick it open.
Okay. Give me a athletics check.
Okay.
Be a strength check, unless you have. I guess if you have athletics.
16.
Okay. All right. You kick it, and Aaron from inside, all of a sudden the door, boom, swings wide open. You see the boot of the colonel sitting right there in the middle of it as the guy with the shotgun gets pushed back.
I I scream and I like pull this person in front of me, like I'm sort of off balance.
Okay, good. Yeah, all right. Give me a roll to hit.
I got a 5, but I'm gonna spend my luck. I'm lucky, as you can tell. Oh, that's better. So 15, and I guess this would be athletics, so 16.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You. He starts to fall back, and you quick react, jump on him, and grab him around the neck from behind, kind of piggyback. And
I'm like,
definitely,
help!
he starts
Like,
kind of
get
spinning
me,
around, like, what the
please!
heck is? Get it off me! Get it off me! All right. The door's open. You see that. You see some guy with a shotgun, like trying to spin around and get this small Halbkin off his back.
As soon as the door opened, I used my reaction to use the ready action and toss the knockout gas in there.
Okay.
So I go
and 40,
throw it.
Is it what, 42, 48?
At 5d8 plus 10, so I got 45 hit points worth.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So the canister rolls in. This guy's screaming and hollering, trying to get the Hopkin off his back, and you see basically walk into the main room, kind of a living room area. There's a bedroom you can see off to the side, but immediately to your left is a kitchen, like a kitchenette type thing, and that's where 2 of the people are standing. Then there's a third standing near the back of the room. So the 2 people, and what is it? Does it affect allies?
Yeah, it's a 20-foot radius.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so the 2 people in the kitchen immediately drop. The guy with the shotgun, he takes most of it, but still is up. And then the 4th person, I'm sorry, across the room is not affected.
Okay.
So 2 of them in the kitchen immediately fall to their feet.
Now it's Colonel's turn to go punch the guy with the shotgun.
Yes, it is. Except that he's got a shotgun, so fight fire with fire.
Well, I mean, he's grappled by Aaron right now.
Yeah, and
Aaron's
sort
on
of
his back.
And he's sort of loopy.
Nice, yeah, stoopy loopy.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I'll still draw my pistol, but I'll batter him with it then.
Pistol whipping. Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Roll to hit.
All right. Just regular. Just a d20 roll plus my strength and proficiency. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so it'll be this plus 3. So 11. Only 11.
Okay, that misses him.
Okay.
So yeah, you're trying not to hit Aaron. He's spinning wildly around trying to get this thing off his back, and so you hesitate and miss him. And yeah, I'm gonna have to calm down, old Nightbot. It keeps
Going
saying
nuts.
you're spamming.
Nightbot hates me.
Yeah, apparently. Okay. Yes, so he's going to roll to try and grapple you off of him. Oh, all right. Yeah, so the guy with the shotgun manages to break out of your grapple essentially and flings Aaron to the floor. The other guy across the way takes a pot shot at Colonel in the room. It'd be a 16, which I think hits. I don't think anybody has a defense that high.
Yes,
Nope.
that absolutely is a hit.
What's he firing?
He's got a regular pistol, like a gunpowder
Ballistic?
pistol. Yeah, ballistic pistol. Yeah. Yeah. So,
Okay.
bam! Takes a shot. Clearly, not comfortable using it because, like, full recoil with his hand or with his arms go up like this. But he does wing you for 4 points of damage.
Okay, and I have a ballistic vest of 3. So how does that work?
So it doesn't unless you're about to drop. Are you gonna? Is that gonna
Nope.
take you down?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Now, to be clear, since I used the exploit, I essentially took off 10 hit points when I used it, right?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay, yeah. All right, so I take and I take 4. You said?
4 more. Yep.
But I don't drop my cigar though.
Yeah, and that's an
Okay.
important point. So, regarding edge and what we call edge in here, it's equivalent to hit points, but it's as Char was pointing out last week, it's really pretty abstract. So you're not necessarily like shot in the gut or something. You burn 4 more edge in order to, not take a mortal wound or whatever. But yeah, he shoots at you. You lose 4 hit points.
Okay.
All right, and my other 2 people are down. That's all for me. So Char, you're back up.
Wait, Milynn didn't go.
Oh, sorry. I apologize. What's the mouse doing?
Yeah.
Gonna go blow up?
Yeah, I was going to explode the mouse to distract the people in the room because it's like up on the thing.
Okay. Yeah, like as against a target, or just you're going to detonate it?
I will actually use it against a target. I
Okay.
can have it crawl onto someone's foot.
Yep.
One of the people that has a weapon and have it explode there.
Yep. All right. 2d6.
Should we give him a hot foot?
Are
Yeah,
you
Roll
give
to
him a
hit?
hot foot.
shotgun guy or pistol guy?
I'm gonna go for
guy's
shotgun
closer.
guy.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I'll go for shotgun guy. Does a 14 hit him?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yep.
Nice. Great.
So the mouse scurries up there, overloads, and blows up on his foot.
For 11 points of damage. I don't get.
It actually,
I don't get
actually blows his foot off. All right. Yeah. It blows up. He immediately is like, oh, boom, falls back onto the ground. So he's
And
he's
Aaron
down,
like
for
rolls
sure.
out of the way.
What's that?
I said Aaron rolls out of the way so he's
Yeah,
squishing.
Right.
yeah.
Okay, now back to the top. Aaron, there's one more combatant.
Pistol guy.
I would like to, I'm just gonna make him choke.
Okay.
So he does a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Against DC something. And plus Char is 13.
13.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 11. All right. Yeah, so he's
All right. So he takes he takes 1 damage, but he's also at disadvantage on the next attack.
okay. Yeah. Actually, so his hands go to his throat and he drops his weapon. And he's like, ah! He goes down to his knees.
Are you sithing? Are you doing Sith
Yeah.
choke on him?
All right. I think that was. So I don't have an attack. Yeah, that'll be Doc Steele.
I'm gonna take out my Volt pistol and I'm gonna zap the guy.
Okay.
I got 16 to hit,
Easy. Yep, definitely hit him.
and I'm not sure if it stuns him or not because he's got to make his save.
That's right.
But,
Constitution save.
Yeah, that was 5 points of electrical.
What's the? You have the DC there?
I'm
That doesn't
double
matter.
checking.
That doesn't matter. I got a 6.
Okay.
Yeah, so after his hands come away from his throat as he's sitting there twitching from the electric volt, and he collapses. And that is where we will end it for today. It was a fast 3 hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're all
Well,
down. All the combatants are down. You guys see a bunch of, as described earlier, a bunch of people that are clearly high on life. In various states of euphoria, sitting around the apartment. The combat barely even registered for most of them. So
Nice.
before we go, why don't we do a quick around the room, and you can put out your socials again or anything that's going on with you right now, and then we'll call it quits for today, and pick back up in 2 weeks on what is that? The 3rd of October. Yep, the 3rd of October.
September.
Wow. October already.
September.
Do not skip a month.
Let's not skip a month. That's Halloween too. I don't want to skip that. All right, Milynn, how about we start with you?
You can find me everywhere at my name, Milynn Moon, and I stream on Tuesdays and Thursday evenings. I do a lot of armor building, but I'm a variety streamer. So, yeah.
Very nice. All right, Erik?
Yeah. So as I was mentioning, I'm on Dress to Quest. It's every Monday night on Gen Con TV. We're all cosplay ongoing campaign of Dungeons and Dragons. And then I will put in my socials, or put them right now, which is our TikTok channel. It's daily puns with cosplay. Again, my daughter and I, and check it out. It's Dad Jokes and Dragons.
Dad Jokes and Dragons. Yeah, and for next time I'll whip this Nightbot into shape and have your socials all plugged in there so I can pull them up as you're talking. All right. How about Kyle?
You can catch me on Instagram at kyle.vogt, or you can get me the old Bird app. It's just at Kyle Vogt.
At Kyle Vogt. All right, great. And last but not least, Char?
I'm at Irregardless on most socials, and I've got my freelance portfolio on irregardless.com. I'm going to post it in the chat because it is not even spelled like irregardless, which is the wrong word. So there you go.
It's fun or enigma wrapped in a mystery, wrapped in a.
That's right. I like to do
layers,
double
layers
wrong.
of funny. Okay, well, great. I'm Matt Everhart. This has been our first show for Strange and Grim, which is a Dieselpunk setting being produced or written and produced by Gaxx Worx, myself and Luke Gaxx. Thank you very much if you were able to tune in live, and if you're watching this recorded, don't forget to like and subscribe. Appreciate it much, and we will see you soon.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.